Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Specifically, this is the Shards of Nyrn Season 3, Episode 19, The Shards of Nyrn and the Goblin of Fire, because I had to say the full title. Hi, everybody. I am your Dungeon Master, Kelly, and joining me tonight is the party known as Nothing Ventured. Now, a little bit of backstory if you are just tuning in for the first time, which is kind of a weird place to tune in, but we really love to have you here, so thanks for showing up. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game set in our homebrew world of Elos, which was designed through improv theater bullshit. Basically has been running for, I think this is like episode 76 overall.
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. The characters have gone through a number of things. You just listened to the preamble that kind of explained what had been happening prior to the beginning of this season. Since then, the characters have traveled around, having acquired one of the Eyes of Nyrn, the artifact that is sealing away the power of the goddess Nyrn, the goddess of darkness, and things under the earth and creepy crawlies, that kind of thing. They went to their guy in the tower, Edagon the Wise, in order to see if he could use the Eye of Nyrn to triangulate the location of the missing shard and the other eye. He tried, was unable to do so, and while that was happening, the characters were off doing adventures, going on vacation, and then getting caught in an elven dragon war that's starting to brew, among a bunch of other wars. The characters went back after finding the location of one of these objects, either exists in the cloud continent of Vale or in the the cursed lands of Orkesh. They decided to go to get high first, so they took their ship up, flew up there, and have since encountered unicorns, a strange pseudo-lich called a Bone Claw, and have, as of last episode, been recruited as students inside the Lunarium Academy for, academically inclined witches and wizards, or something like that, I believe. Last episode, you all were sorted into your houses, which are, Malia ended up in House Brave Skull, Tia ended up in House Bard, right? Yeah. Let's see. Mars ended up in House Hydrahold. Hail Hydrahold.
Was it Hydraholm?
Hydraholm, that's right. It was home.
Yeah.
Its name went through many permutations on this piece of paper. It was originally going to be Sneaky Snack, but that just seemed a little too on the nose.
A little
Too on the nose. And then let's see. Zeno ended up in House Helpfahund, and finally Farah ended up in House Mind Raven, which is, I need a Mind Raven shirt, which needs to look kind of like the Storm Crow holding a brain. Like, that is what I need. So anybody who's good at drawing ravens, let me know. That is the backstory of what is going on here. So I will introduce the cast real quick. But before we do, I want to do a quick shout out to an artist who is working very closely with the channel right now. Her name is Hayliz, and say hello to Farah and Mars. I don't have the Xeno picture ready, so maybe after the break. One by one, our art is being redone by this fantastic artist. You should go check her out. That's Hayliz, which Amy will link in the chat right now. If you're watching on YouTube later, we love you too, and it will be in the description. So go check her out. She does commissions. She's a Canadian artist, so if you're American, you're helping a Canadian. I think she charges American prices, but still, she is a phenomenal artist, and it helps another up and comer who also plays D&D. So she's definitely worth it. With that, why don't we go ahead and say hello to the party known as Nothing Ventured, starting with hello, Winter.
Hi, that's me. I play Mars, the Tiefling Roguelock.
Tiefling Roguelock. Hello, Mike. You are muted, and your mouth is full. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to waiter you. Hello, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine. I play Malia Sunsworn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
All right. Hello, Amy.
Hello, I am Amy, and I play Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
All right, and hello, Mike again. Good to see you.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm Mike, and I am playing Zeno, Right Wing, our half-elf ranger.
Nice. All right, so that is the crew, guys. It's really great to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what we're doing here, feel free to give us a follow or a sub if you're. I mean, if you have the means or are on YouTube, give us a sub and leave us a comment because I actually respond to the comments. It takes me a few days because we're starting to get more of them, but I try to respond to everyone. So if I haven't responded to you, YouTube ate your comment, and I will find it when I do my perusal through all of the comments through the comment directory at the end of the month. And with that, the other things that I have to say are I love you all. If you have not checked out any of our other games, be sure to check out our brand new D&D game, The Reign of Emrys, which streams every Friday night and is up on YouTube every Sunday night. And with that, that's all I have for right now. So, hey guys, you want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, and praise Beepo,
Yeah.
the Chosen One. During the break, we will also talk a little bit about Dork Tales Expo, which is an event that's running this weekend that you should definitely go to, but I'm not going to spend any more of our D&D time talking about that. For it is time to hop back into the world of magic that is the Lunarium Academy. And anybody who wants to listen to music player-wise, I do have the Roll20 up right now.
Into the world of darkness and magic.
Exactly.
Maybe. You should be hearing bats right now. All right, so it's good to see everybody. I miss you. All right. Last night you went and enjoyed a party. You went and watched that televised, well, that magically broadcasted drag show called Drag On, I believe it was called. It could have been called Dungeons and Drags On. And then meanwhile in the lower levels of the school with House Bard, Tia and Farah actually ended up spending most of the night playing Monsters and Mayhem under their new friend Trent Taylor, who is your monster master.
Ah, okay.
Trent Taylor. Because a mercer is a merchant of fabric. Did you know that? It's a British term. So I figured that Trent Taylor was a good pun. I'm clever. I'm not.
Yes.
I just have Google. All right. Now, as you were enjoying your various activities, a scream echoed out through the halls of the Lunarium Institute, deep in its core. However, you were otherwise inclined, and enjoyed the rest of your night in peace. Returning to your bunks for the night, House Bard is located in a loft above the theater. It has a large row after row of canopied bunk beds for you to sleep in. House Mindraven is a well-appointed reading room with bookshelves dividing off each bed in order to keep it nice and stocked with reading material at all times. Lamps that glow with magical light are constantly left on and shielded only by a single curtain that runs the length of the room. House Hydraholm is in the dungeon. The beds are all water beds, spongy, warm, and constantly in motion. While you're down there, there's definitely a sense that you are buried beneath the sea. House Braveskull, the beds are bunks, military style, strong and sturdy, each with a pair of footlockers in front of them designed for militaristic wizarding hardware. And finally, House Helpfulhund, well, these beds are just comfy. It's like staying at the local Motel 12 or Hotel 11, I don't forget. They're comfy, they're nice, and it's way under your pay grade. You're like, what is this, straw? Not on your life, buddy. So you have actually a restful night, and the next morning, you awaken to the sound of the breakfast bell going off. You're all brought together by the sound of children waking up, putting on their robes, and heading out for food. Is anybody not getting up? Or trying to sleep in? Would anybody be a late sleeper?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why not?
Sounds good. Well, with that, you will be brought over to breakfast. Now, breakfast this morning is something fairly common. Oatmeal, porridge, slices of bacon on top. And, of course, various juices. Some that you may not have encountered before in your normal life. Oranges, tangerines, grape juice, apple juice. Something called passion fruit. It has a tart, yet sweet flavor to it. And is overall pretty good. Do you sit with each other, or do you try to sit with the members of your house?
I'd probably sit with my members of my house, at least for the first part.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, sitting with the members of your house. So, Tia, we'll start with you, since you're right there. You are going to be sitting next to Davy Frog and... who's another bard? It's just Davy Frog.
Yep, that's all I got.
Davy Frog is going to lean over to you and... Hey, are you going to eat your bacon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we have a lot of vegetarians in House Bard. I should have guessed you're probably not, right? Not with, like, muscles, like that. Like, you're pretty jacked.
Yeah. It's balanced diet's important.
What do you balance it on? Like your nose, or like some boards, or like some weights, or...
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. So what's your first class?
Oh, shoot. Potions, it looks like.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really cool. Sorry, I'm in evocation, or else I'd totally sit with you.
Oh. That's alright. I think it looks like some of my other friends are in the same class from comparing schedules last night, so should be fine.
That's fair.
We'll figure it out.
Cool.
Probably.
You sure you're not gonna eat that bacon? Or sure you're gonna eat the bacon?
I'm sure I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay, sure.
Pause off the bacon. She's gonna eat it quickly.
He's gonna watch you eat it with, like, narrowing eyes. Meanwhile, across the way, Mars, sitting at the Hydraholm table, you are going to be flanked by a pair of other Hydraholms. Ozetta Owlette and Soletta Omena are going to be sitting with you, a trio of mean girls.
Am I a queen bee yet?
Make me a persuasion roll to see if you acquired Queen Bee status throughout the night.
A persuasion?
A persuasion roll, yeah. Or intimidation. Either way, your call.
They're both the same number.
Okay.
I have 4. 4 to a 16, making it a dirty 20.
Okay. I will just do a quick check. Okay. You're definitely, like... You're
Or am I
definitely
on
getting...
par with someone?
You're definitely tied for first, if not in first.
This is
You're-
my life.
You're gonna be the Regina George at this rate. Okay, so...
Yes.
Ugh. Bacon. Can you believe that? Ozetta says, looking over at you. And porridge. Look at all these
Yeah?
empty carbs.
You just have to work out and it doesn't make a difference. And I'm just gonna take a bunch and eat it.
Hey, don't take my food! Soletta just stares at you from across the table, flicks her tongue out onto the bacon from about 6 inches away from her plate,
Kinky.
and pulls it back in with a single motion of the forked tongue.
That's a cool trick.
She smiles slightly, with a slight fanginess to her. Very long, thin pair of canines pushing down over her lower lip.
So what's first for today?
For us? I start off the day in potions. Yeah, me too, Ozetta says. What about you?
I forgot what the
You're in
thing
potions
was.
first.
Yeah, I think I had it on a note. Let me see if it stayed. Yeah, potions, adjuration, divisionation, and illusion. Yeah,
Divination, not divisionation.
divisionation.
Are
Okay,
you still drunk? Can I have some?
maybe if you're good.
I like you.
Yeah,
On
potions
Wednesdays we wear
first.
black.
What day of the week is it?
It's always Wednesday.
Nice. Anything I should know about the potions class?
The teacher's a real bitch.
Accurate.
Right. Fuck her. I would, Ozetta says. Yeah, you would.
How far are you into your school year, technically?
Right now, it's,
Yeah.
That reminds me, what season is it, guys? We had that down before, but time has passed. Let's see.
A lot of time has
A lot of time has passed. Okay, so let's just calc this out. So you were in... Oh, so it's spring right now. So it's almost summer again. So it's almost the end of the year. Oh, the bats are awake. Thankfully, there's a magic shell on this room, otherwise they'd poop on our food.
Ew, that's neat.
Right. Still, Ozetta says, there's plenty of uses for guano.
For 4 classes a day, how long is each class?
About 2 hours.
Okay.
Right. It's an hour and 40 each.
And then time to travel between?
Yeah, and lunch.
I can't
Lun-
wait till lunch.
Me either. Meanwhile, over at the Helpfulhund table, they're just kind of sitting around. You can see that some of the members of your table are actually, like, not quite literally, well, in one case, licking their bowls completely clean. Juan Caffel is going to look over at you and... Hey, good morning, Zeno.
Morning.
Did you sleep well?
Yes.
That's really
Well-
good.
As good as I could.
What do you mean as good as you could? Are you okay?
Bed
Can I
wasn't
help
that
you with
comfy.
anything? Like, do you need like a shoulder rub or something, buddy?
I'm okay. Just the bed's not quite as nice as I'm used to.
Oh, we can trade beds. My bed might be a little nicer. It's got a wand-shaped indentation in it, but I could take yours. I mean, you know, it might be more comfortable. You never know.
Don't worry about it. I'll make do.
I just realized that Ozetta Owlette technically should have been at the Helpfulhund table, not the Hydrahold table. That
Yeah,
should-
I was gonna say I have her in my notes.
You do. So that was actually Kit Butters you were speaking with a moment ago. Kit Butters. He's a bitch, so it works out. Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
okay.
good.
So Ozetta is over here. Ugh. I hate Kit. You shouldn't say hate, Juan says. Yeah, but he started doing his hair. He looks just like me now.
So just do your hair better.
This is my haircut. I brought it to this school. Nobody else does the side fade like me. See? And she kind of gestures where you see like she's got the all of her hair buzzed on one side with the flippy-de-doo over the other side.
What color is it?
Platinum blonde.
So, and is Kit's hair platinum blonde as well?
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, if you want to do something really cool, why don't you just change your hair color? Do they have any rules at the school against unnatural hair? What is an unnatural hair color, anyways? Really?
Plaid.
Okay, maybe not plaid, but have you thought like green or
Well, I mean,
purple?
maybe. I mean, I mean, purple would be okay. Green seems a little stereotypical for a halfling, though. I feel like that would just be like, oh, welcome down to the. I mean, you know, yeah, you know, I think purple because green it means that if I go outside, I'm walking through the grass, someone might step on me by accident.
That's a
thinking
good
that-
point.
right? I might blend in.
Yeah.
There's not purple grass on this side of the school, so that should be fine. That's a really good idea, Xeno. Thanks. I feel a little better now.
Yeah, if someone's taken something of yours, just do it better. Always one up.
I don't know if that's what the lesson we're supposed to learn, but thank you.
The only lesson that's really important is don't forget to be awesome.
No, you're awesome. Yeah, you're awesome, Juan says. No, you're awesome, says another random helpful hund. No, you're awesome, says another one.
It's just the entire house. You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome.
That's what you're going to hear as we pivot over to your table over there at the Brave Skulls. Bailey Denton and Ezra Rowe are just kind of staring over. I don't think any of them are actually that awesome. Ezra looks over at you. You're strong, right?
Yes.
I'm done with my food. Are you done with yours?
No.
Then finish quickly so you have the energy to lose to me in a game of wrestling of the arms.
I'm not giving myself stomach upset by bolting my food because you're so desperate.
Are you so weak that food can hurt you? Do you not realize you are the one who masticates the food and digests it, thereby depositing it as feces? You are not the feces, your food is.
I'm aware of that.
Ezra leans in with that, like, stern Goliath look on their face. Or are you the feces?
She's gonna give him the absolutely no nonsense, just fuck, do not fuck with me face before I've had my coffee.
Oh yeah, students don't get coffee. All right, give me an intimidation roll. We're gonna do some intimidation with like little lightning bolts going between the eyes type of thing. Okay, so I have a 12.
Give me just 1 second.
Okay, well, I rolled an 18, so that's 16.
Fine. I will wait for you to finish your food.
Good.
Then I will break your arm in the wrestling of wrists.
Yeah.
He eagerly waits you to finish your food, tapping his finger on the table the whole time.
The faster his finger taps, the slower she eats.
Okay. As you're eating slowly, can you make me a perception roll?
Sure. 21.
As you're sitting at the table, you'll see that small boy with the brown hair and the big circular glasses is sitting at the end of it. Another Brave Skull. A young Mr. Huey Parker. He's sitting at the edge of the table, an island in a sea of bodies, divorced from them, not part of the group. Nearby, you can hear a little bit of whispering. You'll overhear some of it, and it's... Where's Tom? That's really weird, Huey's sitting by himself. Shouldn't Tom be here? Where's Tom? What? You mean Skunkly? I don't know, I saw him last night. Now maybe he's sick. He always is messing up potions and giving himself dysentery. Yeah, that's what you get for mixing Muggle wort with sulfuric acid. But a couple of people at Brave Skull seem a little bit concerned. And it's about that point that Beepo will stride over, sit down next to you, and... What's up, bitch?
Meh. Bacon.
You know it. Somehow Beepo has managed to acquire 8 pieces of bacon.
Molly's gonna double check her plate.
You still have your bacon, however, a couple of people next to you do not have theirs.
Good. She's gonna make a bacon sandwich.
Alright.
Top it with a fried egg, mow the whole thing down, then she's good.
Nice. Alright. It is actually a pretty relaxing morning, and the bacon's actually pretty well cooked here. It's a nice change from the camp stove that you're used to and having to do your own cooking in the morning, although this regimented lifestyle reminds you of your time in the church. As you gather up your things and sort yourself out, do you take time to arm wrestle with Ezra?
Sure.
My might will overwhelm you.
Okay.
Ready?
Do I need to make a roll?
Strength and athletics, please.
Okay. That is 23.
26.
Damn it.
I rolled a nat 20. All right, so you are going to be arm wrestling this teenage Goliath who manages to do this trick involving locking their wrist and using it with an over-the-top method that doesn't give you any leverage to fight back. Your forearm's just too short, and even with your tremendous strength, they eventually overpower you, pushing your wrist down to the table. As your hand is about to touch the tabletop, you feel a little bit of sweat beading off of your forehead as you go back and forth a little bit. Just that last inch is the only thing left to hold your victory from being denied. And then the bell rings. We will do this again. This is a moral victory. They take their hand off of yours. You are a very strong dwarf.
You're as expectedly strong?
Good. And without in short supply, you all head to class. Who is in illusion class? We will cut ahead to that. It's a fairly normal day as far as you can tell in illusion. Zeno and Malia, do you get there early or a bit late?
Early.
I think. Yeah, basically early. Like
Okay.
a couple minutes.
All right, so you can.
She doesn't know where shit is, so she's gonna go
Sounds
with enough
good.
time to find it.
So you can sit together or separate. Your call.
Yeah, I'll sit with Xeno.
Yeah, I'll sit together.
Okay, sounds good. As all the students roll in, you'll see that there are about 30 students in the class, all lining up. It seems strange that they would not. The class seems full, actually. Except there are a few empty seats, as if students have not attended today. You can see that there are nameplates denoting who should be sitting there at the moment that are hovering in the air by a magic spell. You find yourself sitting at the place where two students would normally be, one named Sean Mugglewort and another named Seamus McMack. As you sit down, the nameplates will magically go and transform into your names.
Cool.
A moment later, a teacher wearing long robes enters. Today, their feathers are adorned with a number of shiny gewgaws and stripes of paint, but the albino Kenku is still as striking as ever as they walk into the room. Hello, class. Today, we are talking about illusion and value. Yesterday, we learned about many things that are different, like me. And you. It clears its throat, and a moment later is suddenly garbed in, let's see, illusion. This is gonna be boop, boop, boop. There we go. And suddenly, they are going to wave their hands around, and a medallion around their throat is going to expand into a huge rubbery mouth.
Much better. All right, everyone, please pull out your textbooks. If you do not have a textbook, please share one with the one next to you. Yes. Oh, this is much easier to do with the general purpose. As you can see, Magic Mouth is an amazing spell that you all should have been studying last night. Has anyone not studied Magic Mouth? Yes, Miss Sunsworn, what do you know about Magic Mouth?
Nothing.
I see.
I don't know why I got put in illusions.
No,
I've
because...
never touched illusions before.
Well, that's the thing about illusions, they are very hard to touch. As you can see, this is not a traditional Magic Mouth spell. A Magic Mouth is a specific trigger. It takes 1 minute to cast this spell at roughly a range of between 10 and 15 paces. It requires a bit of honeycomb and jade dust, usually of a quality that would be worth at least 100 silver pieces, of which the spell consumes. It is not a cheap spell. However, it lasts until dispelled and requires no concentration from the caster. It is, in fact, a ritual-capable spell. Quite useful. What it does is allows you to implant a message in an object within range. The message that is uttered when a trigger condition is met. Ah, Mr. Parker! The door opens and Huey Parker wanders into the room. So happy that you could join us.
Yes, Professor.
Well, grab a seat. Have you seen Mr. Skunkley?
No, Professor, I have no idea what Tom is.
Yes, well, grab a seat.
And as Huey walks around to the middle of the room where that empty pair of seats is, he sits down, and suddenly you're going to hear... echo through the room. He is going to turn beet red. Everyone is going to laugh pretty hard at his expense.
As you can see, Magic Mouth can be programmed so that the last person to enter the classroom creates a flatulent noise. Any mouth sound generally can do this. And of course, once the last student comes in, that will be triggered. In the meanwhile, Mr. Parker, would you prefer to change your pants or robe?
I didn't...
I'm just joking. Learn to take a joke. Anyway, it's a joke, not a knife. You should be able to take at least one before starting to cry. All right. So, you can have this deliver its message and then continue. Miss Sunsworn, please turn to grab the book of Timothy to your right. And what we are going to do is we are going to look at another illusion spell. This one... Mr. Rightwing, please keep your eyes on your own book. This one is particularly useful. All right, so... Well, you are adventurers, are you not?
That's correct.
Yep.
Excellent. I'm going to use you as an example. Please, both of you, stand up.
Okay.
Now, not all of you can modify a Magic Mouth to do this type of communication, and sometimes communication will fail you. In that case, you should be able to do something like this. And everyone turn to page 92, Hypnotic Pattern. Let's see. They pull out a wand and begin to whip it around. Twistarium Twistiosa! And can you make me a wisdom save, please?
Yes.
Both of us?
Both of you, yeah. They're gonna cast it on both of you.
Kelly,
Oh no.
you just totally missed a chance to quote, turn to page 394.
This isn't potions, though.
Hey, we have a lot of
know,
day
but-
left to go.
No, but I was just like, that would have been such a good time for it.
394.
All right, what'd you get?
11.
29.
Okay, so
With
Malia,
my nat 20.
Jesus.
a brilliant pattern that looks like a swirling black and red checkerboard swims through your vision for a minute, and you'll shake it off. Zeno, you are going to stare at this. It's like looking into the center of a pinwheel.
He's not good with magic.
You're not. You are charmed.
Oh no.
And you have a speed of 0. Yes. All right. Yeah, Miss Sunsworn, you have quite the will. Mr. Rightwing. Mr. Rightwing. Mr. Rightwing. Well, I'm going to
Malia's gonna pinch him.
Oh, that will pop. That pops the spell.
Oh,
Oh, well, he seemed to be trying to get his attention.
Mr.
Yep.
Rightwing, you are just speaking on the merits of illusion.
I'm not very good with magic.
This is fair. Well, when
I
was
shoot,
going...
I shoot things, I don't cast things.
Where do you normally shoot things?
This area?
I mean, where? You're a ranger, are you not? Do you range?
Yeah.
I see. What type of location?
In a city, in the woods, anywhere really.
In the woods. When I was a student here, we would, on the better days, go outside and use the natural environment to our advantage. To go and study in the grass is quite an enjoyable experience. Everyone turn to page 394. And now we are going to learn. As you can see on my desk, what do I have here? I have, yes, Cecil. A stone, sir? Yes, a stone. And next to it, Grunhilde? A twig? That is correct. And, let's see. They go over and pluck a leaf off of a nearby plant. And, this, which is a leaf. Yes, Gerald, it's a leaf. 1 point to helpful hand. Bing! You'll hear in the distance. Using these things, what spell am I going to cast? Don't look at the book. I know I told you what page it was, but don't look. Good, that's right. Hallucinatory terrain. So let's go outside. They pick up the spell, or the components, and suddenly, you are in the middle of a grassy hillside in the Alps, or in an alpine region. The wind is blowing across the grass, or at least it sure looks like it is. You don't feel a breeze at all, and are still in your chair, even though you are not in a chair. You're just kind of floating. Actually, no, you're not. Pardon me. Manufactured structures, equipment, and creatures within. Every bit of structure inside of this classroom is still here, just all out on a grassy knoll. There.
Wild.
With this, it makes party planning easy.
I mean, party planning is important.
Rule number 1 of party planning. Never split the party. Speaking of splitting the party, in the next classroom, it is Potions class. Which Potions class today consists of, during first block, Mars, Tia, and Farah all managed to grab a space next to each other.
Yes.
Bryce, Ibis, Professor, and Wood Elf strides into the room. Her hair is shaved on one side and cascades down the side of, or into a long braid at the nape of her neck. I believe she was one of the ones who was partying with you last night at the Drag-Off. Or Drag-Off.
Uh-oh.
That reminds me. Let me make me a Constitution save. She stumbles in wearing dark glasses. Good morning, class.
Morning.
Shh. Not so loud. Not all of you at once. All right, today we're going to learn how to make a very special potion. Okay, I need you to get ethyl alcohol created from potatoes. I need you to get tomato juice, crab juice,
Insight?
does the type of crab matter? What did you say?
Can I do an insight roll?
Yeah.
Sounds like making poisons.
How is it 21?
She's trying to order a Caesar.
Called it.
Alright, and an extract of Reaper tongue pepper. That should be in all of your equipment lists.
Mm-hmm.
Please, 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 please use food grade ethanol. 60 to 80 proof. Nobody, this is going to be a consumed potion. And remember, what do I always say? And the class in unison goes, nobody wants to go blind. Well, not from a potion anyway.
It's a good rule.
Alright, everyone, get to work. Let's see what you can do. I want you to serve them up at the table in 2-ounce measurements. After that, we will do the actual meat of the lesson. Farah sits next to you both, going, I'm excited about this. I've never made one of these potions before. I wonder what it does.
Have you made potions before?
This isn't the potion. Not really.
I mean, anything's a potion if you mix it right, Tia.
I guess this is
What?
It's a healing elixir.
sure that. Yeah.
Oh, so should Malia be doing this, or...
No.
Oh,
Fine, this is better.
No.
Okay.
This is fine.
Potato alcohol.
That's a new one to me.
Isn't that like... It's like the same way that vodka's made, right?
Basically.
Okay. So... Oh, yes,
I don't
and
know
for those
if
of you
Mars
who
has
are...
ever had vodka in this. It's like been a lot of beer and wine.
That's true. I think there was some vodka at Steep Hollow. For those of you tuning in who are from the States, I just remembered that I forgot this because I'm an American originally as well. Basically, it's a Canadian version of a Bloody Mary. It's a Bloody Mary, but made with clamato, which is tomato juice with crab in it. Or clam, not crab.
In
Crab
this
juice.
Really
it-
salty tomato juice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
in
really
this
salty.
It could be crab.
Yeah, it could be crab. It's crab here.
Do it.
So this is called a Kaiser.
Sense.
Kaiser.
All right. So with that, you will begin setting to work on this. If Mars, if you've never had vodka before, this stuff is incredibly clear, incredibly like mellow smelling.
Looks like water.
It looks like water, and actually, it almost is like, it looks almost wetter than water somehow. Like
Am
when
I
it splashes.
thirsty?
Or,
Oh no.
do you want to drink some of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can drink some of it. It
little.
is a spicy kick to the
Not seeing
teeth.
anything.
But it's smooth. This is quintuple distilled. This is sorcery grade vodka. Okay, we gotta write that down real quick. 1 sec.
That sounds delicious.
I'm gonna pocket some.
Yeah, you can take a thimble.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
I love vodka.
I love my journey.
You love your journey. All right, and
This is my
so
journey.
can I please get a give me a roll to see if you can develop this. This is going to be a. Ooh, what is the bartending roll?
I mean, depending on if it's for flair, sleight of hand potentially.
I was just gonna say sleight of hand makes
For
sense.
the-
I feel like
yeah.
at this point this is a survival roll or a nature roll.
I mean, I could do
Oh
survival.
no, this is a medicine roll. What are you doing? It's medicine.
I can also do medicine.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, Farah, what you do?
Depending on the drink intimidation.
God. All right, so
That's an
Amazing.
8 for me.
an 8.
All right, let's see if I can get what I get.
Okay, Farah got an 11, so a 12.
18.
Total. 18. All right, everyone. I need you to bring me all of your drinks. I mean potions, and let us see how we are doing here. All right. Oh, Miss Armstrong, I particularly like how you did a little umbrella. Is this a regulation umbrella?
Of course.
Nice. And she will go ahead and just drink a little bit of everybody. And so, Amy, you have had a determination purchased for you.
Yeah, I think I still have one from last time. So is that stacked, or should we give it to someone else?
You got a 21 on this roll, then. You still have a point of determination.
Can you remind me exactly how we
determination.
use determination?
You use it anytime before I tell you if you succeed a roll. So after or before a roll, it adds your proficiency bonus to a roll.
Okay. And is
If-
that replacing our inspiration?
Yes.
Yes.
The
Well,
redeeming
it
chat.
replaces the purchased inspiration. You still have your own.
Yeah.
You still get the
start
one.
with
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one because I like you.
Yay.
All right. So you are going to make that.
Sweet.
All right. Full marks to House Bard as usual with these concoctions. Miss Armstrong, excellent use of the crab juice. The klapkaba is particularly potent. I also like how you put a little bit of dillweed at the bottom.
Thanks.
Oh, the bats are back. Shoo! Shoo! All right, everyone. Let us make... Today, we are going to be making a very specific kind of potion. As I said prior to this class, this is going to be your research assignment. Everyone, please pull out the bones that you have. Oh, those of you who are new to the class, please just observe. Everyone else starts pulling out fairly large bones, about the size of the flat of a hand. Looks like a toe joint. All right, so everyone here, you see, you all have your white dragon toes. Excellent. Good. All right. Farah is just going to be stone-faced for this. She got a nat 20 on her composure check. All right, so, of course, dragon bones can be used to do many magical effects, empowering weapons, armor, trinkets, but they're most useful when they are properly harvested for magical ingredients. All right? We have to make sure, by the way, to never waste any. It's a precious resource. Honor everything that you use in this kitchen or in this lab. All right, so if I were going to use the white dragon bones to make a potion, what would I first need to do? One of the students raises a hand. Does properly render the bone and dissolve the marrow? That is correct. You will have to go in with your marrow drill and make sure that you get all of the marrow out. Be sure to wear gloves. Remember, dragon marrow should not be consumed directly. It is very disastrous should you do so. What would happen? New students, do you have any idea?
No.
All right. Galilee. Consuming dragon marrow without proper treatment or when cut with other substances has a deteriorative effect on the nervous system, as well as can lead to psychological problems such as dementia, madness, or fugue states. It also can have personality shifting effects that are long-term and unfixable without higher levels of magic. Indeed. And also, they tend to be aligned toward the type of creature that has been consumed. That is correct, which is why we must always be careful when brewing potions from creatures such as white dragons. White dragons are the meanest and stupidest of all draconic entities. They are also paranoid, greedy, and vicious to the core. Brewing a potion with this could give us what? It could transfer cold immunity, one of them says. Absolutely. It could. But to do so would also potentially induce paranoia? Extreme paranoia, yes. Which is why you must be careful. Being immune to the cold is particularly good in a cold environment, but also very detrimental to your party relations when you stab a friend in the back and then eat them because you think that they were planning to do it to you.
Oh, that sounds really interesting.
Turn to page 394 for examples of this. If the entire class goes, I say this, but you guys don't know that's what's happening in rhyme, so
He is gonna lean over to Farah and be like, "Are you okay?"
She raises her hand. Yes, Miss Hazal? Yes, Hazal. Where did you come by these bones? Well, the bones were procured naturally through a burial ground on Vale. There are no dragons on Vale that, well, there are a few, but there are no dragons on Vale that would be harvested for such things. If you're worried about the moral implications. I see. And what about the orphan's curse? Ah, yes. You're concerned about the dragon. The dragon can't feel anything. None of these toes can feel anything. The dragon's nerves are long gone. But it's still a part of it. What, its spirit or soul? No. I wouldn't worry about it. Magical research is more important than, no. The living have their place and the dead have their place. It's the natural order of things. Does that answer your question? Yes, it does. May I be excused to use the washroom? Yes, you may. Thank you for asking. No, students, do see how polite our new student is? And Farah is going to get up and head off to the bathroom.
And never come back.
All right, so now we are going to be brewing some potions of resistance to cold. However, you are going to need to counter the paranoia effect. How will we do that? Cocoa. Actually, yes, we will be using cocoa and the barest bit of bat guano. Luckily, we have a little bit of extra. Be sure to boil the bat guano to get out of the impurities. No one wants that. Tia and Mars, both of you can, while your friend is out of the room, you can team up with Bixby and Gilgo.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Hi! You ready to make a potion?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey.
Hey.
I wasn't paying attention. What do we have to do?
Nothing. This is fine.
Alright, let's do it. Alright, so, Mars, you are going to make the potion, and Gilgo's going to help you.
Okay.
So, go ahead and roll me an... Ooh, this is going to be an Arcana roll.
Arcana, that's a bit better for me. Let's see what happens. That's gonna be a 16.
A 16? All right,
Yeah.
you will successfully create a couple of doses of resist cold.
Funny about the whole marrow thing, hey?
Yeah, but I mean, like, most people aren't dumb enough to go and just, like, make dragon soup. Or most people aren't dumb enough... Sorry, I forgot his voice for a second. Most people aren't dumb enough to go off and just, like, make dragon soup. I mean, some people are. Maybe off in, like, Russia or something like that.
So if offered the chance to, would you or would you not?
I mean, it would depend on the dragon, really. I would want to know what type of dragon it was first. It's much different if you're using, like, you know, the parts of a, the parts of a, like a gold dragon versus, like, the parts of, like a white dragon or, oh god, like a shadow dragon. That would be really bad.
What would happen if it was a shadow dragon?
Oh, all sorts of things. They're consumed with, like, dark abyssal energy.
Oh.
So it would be like, I don't know, like, sucking energy right out of, like, the Shadowfell.
Ew, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, at the very least, you'd probably have, like, really bad diarrhea for, like, a month.
Oh, that would suck.
Mars, does that story check out?
Only partially.
Okay. Sorry, I like giving it to you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I have to think that like a gold dragon or like I mean, if the legends are true, like a platinum dragon. Oh man, those things would be like sweet. You could do all sorts of stuff with them.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, we made enough doses. Here, this one's yours.
Sweet.
You will have a potion of resist cold.
And we can keep that, or do we have to give that to the teacher?
Oh, you can have it. At
Resist
Vale,
cold?
magic is plentiful enough that it's actually pretty easy to get potions so long as you make them yourself, which is only done under instructions. So don't get greedy. Meanwhile, at the other table, you and Bixby are sitting there. All right, so that's the Bunsen burner. Turn that on.
Okay.
All right, and then you take the little cauldron, and this is like a little cauldron about the size of like a small pumpkin.
Cute.
All right, you put that up there, and yeah, go nuts.
Okay.
Make me an Arcana roll. What'd you get?
How's a 10? How does a 10 sound?
Dude, what are you doing? I don't want to get another
nope.
C. Ugh, fine.
Well, then show me
Fine.
how it's done then.
Okay,
I
I'll
haven't
help.
done this before.
I'll help you. Fine. Okay, you can try one more time.
Okay. Gonna use a different dice for this because
You
that
can.
one was being mean. That's an 11.
I feel like you're a little better now, but problems over there, the
6.
professor says.
I'm sorry, I'm not accustomed to these devices.
That's strange. Your friend's doing quite well.
I'm a
Mars,
soldier, and a druid, not a...
well, you think a druid would be able to craft potions? You're basically a witch already. Now, Mars,
Hi.
that is
Present.
excellent work there.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, did you say something, Miss Armstrong? Did you say something?
No?
I see. Please start from the beginning, and this time, don't waste the bones of the dragon. Make a potion with them.
Okay.
Mars, if you are interested and are sticking around for a little while, I would love to have you in my advanced poisons and antidotes class.
Advanced.
I happen to think you have a real knack for this.
Can I do an insight roll?
Yeah, please.
23.
23? No, they seem pretty serious.
No, like, ulterior motive?
No, they actually think that you're good at something.
Oh, no.
I know. Someone's putting, someone's putting stress on you.
Ah, okay. Sure.
Your expectations.
Good.
Uh,
Good. If you're still here, at the changeover next week, we're going to be doing belladonna root as well as a bit of weeping viper.
Poisons.
Absolutely. And their antidotes, of course. You must have one to have the other.
Light and dark.
Exactly. Every scholar, every alchemist should know how to kill a king and how to save their lives.
Money.
Oh, yes. She leans in real close. Fuck ton.
Sweet.
Usually bitter. All right, class. Tia, you can make one more attempt at this, and this time roll with disadvantage.
Can I assist her?
Yeah, if you assist, then yes,
Yeah.
you can roll
It's
normal.
Okay. God damn it.
Come on, Tia!
What'd you get?
I'm gonna use my determination
Okay.
so that ends up being a 17.
Okay. You are going to successfully net three. Pardon me. That's going to successfully net 2 potions of cold resistance. One of which is going to go to you. One of which is going to go to the other student. You can add that to your sheet.
Cool. 1x potion.
So, potion of cold resistance gives you resistance on cold damage for 1 hour after drinking it.
Alright.
Pretty dope. All right, class. So, bring. All right, that's the end of this class. Please continue onward to your next course. The next course is you find yourself spread out amidst the school. Malia, you are pulled into an enchantment class. Which can you go ahead and make me an Arcana roll to see how well this goes?
$24.
24. It goes very well. Turns out that with some of these basic enchantments, you find that it's actually really easy to get people to do stuff. Like, it's really, really easy, and you're actually fairly good at this, to be honest. The one that they are teaching about today is Hold Person.
Okay.
And its uses as a defensive measure as well as a teamwork action.
Pretty sure I have that one.
It's a cleric one, so you should. Hold Person, 2nd level enchantment.
Yep. Don't think I've ever actually used it. Hasn't come up yet, but I've had it prepared a few times.
Good. So your teacher for this one, your enchantment instructor, is Daisy Knight the Tabaxi. Daisy Knight is a tall, braided lynx. Black fur, beautifully shining beneath the lights. However, with a name like Daisy Knight, the last thing you were expecting was a voice to roll out that sounds like thunder, sounds like night, sounds like James Earl Jones. Daisy Knight is 100% male with a name like that. He named himself because he likes the smell of daisies and night. Plus, he used a strip under that name, I'm sure.
All right, everyone. Please turn to page 392. I'm sorry, 394. And we will continue our lesson. Malia.
Yes.
Excellent use of Hold Person there. Have you tried any of the higher level spells? Perhaps Dominate Person?
Haven't used that one before.
Hold Person is particularly...
I've used Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth is very good as well.
I'm just looking to see what else is actually enchantment.
Hold Person is particularly useful. Paralyzing your enemies is incredibly utilitarian because it allows you to...
And at that, you are going to notice that a book falls on the floor behind you. Everyone kind of glances over their shoulder at the sudden sound, and you'll see that Huey Parker is kind of looking very pale at his table, sitting by himself, where his partner, Petrione, hold on one sec, Petrophony Ranger, would be sitting. August, perhaps we should change the topic. Mr. Parker, would you please turn to page 182 and discuss confusion? Yes, sir. At that, the student sitting next to you is going to turn and whisper in your ear. When he was a kid, his parents had that cast on him when they were killed by the old headmaster.
Freaky.
Yeah. People think he still remembers it.
Entirely possible. Children can remember traumatic events quite easily.
Meanwhile, Mars, you are going to find yourself Mars, you are going to find yourself, of all things, learning abjuration, which you can make me an Arcana roll to see if you'd be good at this.
I don't even know the meaning of the word.
You really don't.
I don't know what it actually pertains to, but
Defense.
I rolled defense.
Yeah.
Defense against the dark arts.
Literally.
Oh. So 16, and then what am I adding?
You are adding your Arcana.
19.
19. Oh, you're actually surprisingly good at this. Wilton Aganier, who was definitely at the drag show last night, is going to be going off on all of the defense against the other types of magic, evil magic. And
Who would have thought that Mars was a good student?
yeah, it turns out that you're actually like really good at this, because you can start pulling like things from real life, like, all right, class, if you are going to be struck by a fireball, what is a good spell to have on you? Anyone? Anyone? Protection from elements? Yes, protection from... Did it really take you 30 seconds to figure that one out? Okay.
Oh, I think I'm also in this class.
Are you? You're not
Yeah.
in evocation until... Oh.
No,
You said abjuration.
Abjuration.
Oh, you're in abjuration
Immediately
in
after
third block.
enchantment.
In
Yeah.
third
Oh,
block.
okay. I thought that's what we'd moved on to now.
No. So you're in that, and then Farah is off in transmutation, if she goes back. And then finally, in evocation, Zeno and Tia are there. Now, the evoker teacher is Albane Boartusk, this immense half-orc. Boartusk is right. He has a pair of tusks like stalagmites jutting up from the bottom of his split green lip. He looks around the room and... Finally! Another half-orc in here. Be good to have you. Howdy, y'all. As always, I'm Professor Boartusk, and I'm here to explain to you the art of evocation. New students, Xenopropher Right Wing and Tia Bell Armstrong.
Just Tia.
You don't need to be using a nickname around me. All right, so Tia.
Just Tia.
All right, just
Not a-
Tia. Can you define evocation for me, y'all?
No.
All right. Well, allow me to define it for you. Zeno, you are an adventurer, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. What's your armor class?
It is... You'd think I'd know. It is 16.
Cool. He's gonna raise his hand and just go point a finger, and you're gonna get punched in the face by an invisible wall for 6 points of damage.
Oh my god. Actually, I think I might have some evocation spells. Let me just check.
I think
real
you
quick.
do, dummy.
Yeah, I do, definitely.
All right. Punch. Oh. Sorry, I thought you would have dodged that. Evocation is the application of force over matter. All right, now what types of forces are we dealing with here? Obviously, we have force. Good. All right, Miss Armstrong, what's another type of evocation force? Fundamental forces of the universe. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
The gravity?
Okay, gravity is an advanced one. When have you seen magical gravity used in the field?
Somewhere? It's been a second. I'm looking through Sia's spell books. All of her stuff is transmutation and abjuration.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
This is really funny. I'm like, holy shit, does she have anything?
You have Call Lightning.
Oh, Wall of Stone.
And I don't actually have any evocation. I just checked. Not a single one.
You got sorted, so it's not my fault.
Yeah. Wrath of Nature, Wall of Stone. There we go. Everything else is like transmutation and abjuration. A lot of abjuration.
So what else we have? What else we have?
Yeah, Call Lightning's actually conjuration.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, shit, I don't have much evocation. She's like, wait, hold up. Do I know anything like this?
All right, fire, ice, poison, acid, lightning, thunder, necrotic, radiant.
Oh.
Remember, your fundamental building blocks of the universe come from these forces. Now, I would remind you, it wasn't until 492 that poison and acid were rolled into fundamental forces of evocation. Personally, I feel they're more conjuration, but I'm a little old school like that. All right. So,
Good to know.
all right, everyone. So, today we are going to be teaming up with the abjuration students. At that point, like another 20 students are going to walk in, including Mars. All right, everyone, pull out your spell books. And today we are going to be practicing with, looks like lightning effects. All right. Y'all, go ahead, use your spell books, and cast magic at each other. Ready? Pair up.
It's like Eldritch Blast.
All right, Mars.
No.
Who are you pairing up with?
Here's the first one I see.
Tia's gonna grab Mars pretty quick.
Okay,
Oh.
so Tia and Mars, give me a magic off. I need 2 Arcana
All right.
rolls,
All
and
right.
Zeno, give me an Arcana roll. Oof.
Do you want me to do
no.
that with disadvantage because I know nothing about magic like this?
No need, but sure. All right, so you're playing defense, you're playing offense. Tia, what'd you get?
12.
Mars, what'd you get?
19.
Mars is
a
really
7.
good at this. She's gonna be able to deflect the lightning up into the ceiling, and it's gonna look pretty badass.
You know that I've rolled a 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8 in the last, in
God.
classes so far, right? Like,
All right, what'd you get?
I got 19.
You got 19. Your opponent is going to be this little girl, like gnome, who can't be more than like about 2 feet tall. She walks in. Hi. Do you wanna practice?
Sure.
My name's Mildred.
Aw.
I'm Zeno.
Protect.
Okay. All right. Cast lightning at me. Oh, sorry. And she'll pull a chair out and slowly climb up onto the chair. There. This should be easier for you.
Oh, protect.
Protect. I don't cast.
You just use your spell book. on.
Xeno will pick it up and and like point at each thing as he's going through it. And he's like, okay.
Yes. Crispus,
This.
ozonus, luminaste, triato, milo. That's the spell. You say those words and you go humana ha and you point
Okay.
at me. I'll be fine.
Okay. He will he will attempt that.
Okay, lightning is going to start coalescing at the point of your finger, and a little bolt is going to shoot directly at the tiny gnome girl. For a moment, you are going to see her life flash before your eyes. All of the memories you've shared of her climbing up onto the chair and being like, "Hi, can we
Protect.
Protect.
And then she's going to go whoosh, and is going to catch the lightning in her bare hands. That was good. Next time, aim for the head.
That was the first spell I ever cast, so
Oh, don't worry, you'll get it.
okay.
She got a nat 20 on her defensive roll.
Damn!
Dang, girl.
What a baller!
All right, and with that, that is going to be the rest of your classes hurling magic at each other.
Okay.
And with that, the lunch bell rings.
Yay.
Are you all going to sit next to each other or go back to your classes?
I'll sit
Or go back
with
to your-
them.
Okay.
Yeah, Tio will stick with the others.
Yeah, I'll go see
Yeah.
what they've all been doing. If they've learned anything through the day of what the heck's going on around here.
Okay. You're all seated around a table of miscreants, not one of the unsorted tables, and manage to grab a seat. After a little while, Farah will approach and pull up her food as well. For lunch, it is either a vegetarian lasagna or a meat lasagna with a side of garlic bread and a little either regular or chocolate milk and a cookie that's ginger molasses. Because that's basically a U.S. lunch at school. I could have given you the square pizza, but it's not Friday. All right, so you all are sitting down with your school lunch trays. Who's having chalky milk?
Well, duh.
All right, so sitting
Lucky
there.
milk make the pain go away.
What are you all talking about?
This?
School's going good, really good.
I don't understand what they want from me.
This is weird.
I threw lightning.
Did you hear anything about, like, what's going on here?
No.
I didn't manage to pick
No.
up much. Just that one kid is really, like,
Which
into
kid?
some shit. It's a Porter kid.
Oh. But Parker?
Parker.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Oh, I haven't met him.
That's
Meanwhile,
such
I've
a
heard a little
mundane
bit.
name. It's hard to remember.
so now what?
I
Guess we continue the day and see how the evening goes.
maybe see if we can get some gossip before classes start if we get closer. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we'll just wander around and something will fall into our laps. Who knows?
I mean, we're good at stumbling upon things we shouldn't see.
Exactly.
And at that point, you're going to hear a clattering of dishes. And you're going to see Huey Parker confronted by a couple of rather large bully types from Hydra Home. What's wrong? Scared, Parker? No, I'm not scared. We know you're next. That thing's gonna be coming for you. It's gonna gut you like a pig. It's gonna spread your intestines around like garters, and they're all gonna dance in your blood.
Probably interfere with that, shouldn't we?
Is
Malia's just gonna laugh at them and make it very clear she's laughing at them
All right.
and their bullshit
Yeah.
they're spouting.
He's gonna stand up.
Xeno's gonna join Malia in laughing at them.
Mars does that like eye thing where it's like up, down.
Really, bro? Really?
Well,
So
you're not. You wouldn't be threatening one of your fellow classmates, would you?
And what of it? One of them will turn to you, a big, like mook-looking guy with like a basketball-shaped head, kind of looking like a pumpkin, really more than anything. Like, it wasn't to you. Huh?
I mean, I don't like bullies.
Yeah.
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 Also stupid
So-
people.
Yeah.
Also stupid people. So, shoot.
Well, I don't like short people or green people. Except for the
Xeno's
green.
gonna stand up at that point, all like 6'6" of him, and be like, "How about tall people?
Yeah, I'm alright with tall people.
Zeno.
Get out of here."
Hey, fuck off, knife ear.
Ooh.
Ooh. Them's
Mm.
fighting words.
Don't beat up the students. Don't beat up the students.
I know.
He's
Beat up
gonna
anybody we
glare
feel
at
like.
them and give an and try and intimidate.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Give me that. Give me that.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
Okay, go ahead. So that
Because
is
wasting
boil
inspiration on
and
things like this is,
clam and boil. Clam and boil and
God.
Xeno's gonna help Tia with this. With this.
what is the
intimidation
Draco
roll.
Malfoy joke here? What is it? It's
I
Praco. I don't know.
Dracon.
No,
Dracon.
Raycon. It's Raycon. Raycon.
I was gonna say.
Raycon Soundjoy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dracon E25s.
Oh. So
God.
if Zeno's helping with this, then I get advantage anyway, so I don't need to use my inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's nice. Intimidation roll, it's a 21.
Oh damn. The little blonde one in the center, who kind of looks like either a 15-year-old girl or Eminem, depending on the lighting,
It's
will
the
turn
same
and
thing.
look back and who actually your sister has hung out with several times, Mike, which is kind of weird. I don't know if they dated. That was anyway. That's a long story. Right, weird. Turns and clam, boil. We're going. Turns back. You got lucky, Parker. We know they're coming for you like they came for Skunkily and for Ranger. Watching you. And they're gonna kind of fade out, just doing the whole like, watching you. Watching you.
The water tribe thing.
Water tribe.
Wait, who
Hydra
has Natasha
Hive.
hung out with several
The
times?
the best thing I like to
Tom
do
Felton.
when my kids do that at work, because like a lot of
That was
other
after
staff will
one of the
do
expo,
that.
fan expos
I like to be like,
a couple years ago.
All right, so they're going to leave, and you're going to see the shaky-shouldered young youth. Young youth. That's the smartest thing I've said today. The young
Young
youth, not the
youth.
old youth. The young youth. You're the young youth, or the old youth right now. The young
Honestly.
youth. The young youth. Huey Parker is going to be standing there with his brown bowl
Diaz-
cut and his.
Gonna lift him up, like, by the shoulder, basically, just make sure he's, like, stable on his feet.
I hate them.
That's fair. They seem like,
dicks.
dicks. Yeah, that.
It's not
Okay.
fair.
A lot of things aren't.
It's not fair. I don't deserve this.
What were they
Well-
talking about even?
They think that my best friends, Tom Skunkly and Petriani Ranger, sorry, G Ranger, have gone missing, and that I'm going to be the next one because when I was a child, I was captured by the headmaster, and they were going to sacrifice me to achieve immortality.
What does that have to do with your friends?
I don't know.
It's. I don't see the logic leap here,
I think
but okay.
they are thinking that they're hunting me and Beepo. Because we foiled the attempt. Beepo did. I was just there. I could have been.
I mean, you
mean-
survived, so.
Shouldn't they be hoping that you can foil it again, really?
Yeah, why are they. Yeah.
I'm not the chosen one.
So?
So,
I'm just the boy who lived.
They're jealous.
So?
Sorry.
like, who cares what they think? Like,
Woo! I'm
Make your
the
own
druid
decisions
who
here.
lived. Blah. Like, it's whatever. People survive and then they go do something else with their lives. Whatever.
Funny. In
don't
that
Do you
have
have
to
world,
be
any
we
idea
don't-
how much stuff we've survived and moved on with?
Honestly.
Will I? Boom, boom, boom. Attention, attention. Will Tia Armstrong, Malia Sunsworn, Xenopera Right Wing, Farahazal, and Mars, please report to the headmistress's office.
Yep, that's our cue kid.
Mars of Mars.
Mars.
Mars. You're like Mario.
Oh, are we gonna get to go to
It's
our
so
afternoon
rare
classes?
when I actually bring up my last name anyway.
I actually don't remember what it is, so you should send me a message so I can write it in my book at least.
It's a Cardi.
Oh, it is a card. Marcella Cardi. You're right. I'm writing that on the page that I can't remove.
Yeah, I'll send you her full name again at some point.
You should put it in the wiki. All right, so you are called to the headmistress's office. Once again, you soon find yourself inside of that immense chamber with all of those chairs circling around the dais on which her resolute desk is set. Bookshelves ring the room, and you can see that the sky is full of thunder clouds magically depicted over what would be rafters and beams. She's sitting on the edge of her table looking at you, as she is prone to do, with that dark expression.
How can we help you?
What have you discovered in your first morning?
You got a bullying problem.
Yeah, definitely that.
It's not bullying, it's just hazing. It happens.
That's bullying.
Everyone goes
hazing
through it.
is another word for bullying,
No.
right?
It's an initiation rite. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the evocation chamber, is what I always say.
But what if you're supposed to take evocation without... But... Huh?
That would be like me saying, oh, just because I shot someone with an arrow and they died, obviously they're just too weak to live, right?
But isn't that the way it works for you?
Isn't evocation supposed
Look,
to be...
arrows and
unless you're supposed to
swords can break my bones, but words can never hurt me unless they have the correct somatic and verbal components. Then they can hurt like hell.
Or unless they cause lifelong trauma.
That too.
Then they do too. Anyways, you have a bullying problem. Basically.
Yes, that is... The bullying problem is not getting people killed.
It might be if the kids don't think they can go to anyone for help and they're in a bad situation and end up getting killed by whatever's picking them off.
Fine, whatever. Then they'll go take care of that. That's not the actual lich stalking the halls, killing students, and making them vanish.
Okay, well, nothing's happened this morning.
That we've seen anyway.
I
Can I
need
have
you-
insight to see if there's any, or like
Yes, you
intelligence
may.
to see if
Yes,
there's
you may.
anything we noticed?
Also, real quick
Insight
aside.
or intelligence?
Quick aside. I am not espousing any of the views that this headmaster is saying in real life. She's a jerk.
Right.
So I am deliberately playing her as a jerk. I don't agree with these things. Neither should you.
I'm actually going to spend my inspiration
Are
this
you? Okay.
time because yeah.
Okay.
Why?
What
How was that
happening?
inspiration? Did you roll 2 ones?
No, I rolled a 7 and a 5.
Ooh, you're
Ouch.
very suspicious of her.
I have not rolled above a 10 since that one roll.
You're very suspicious of her. All right.
We'll keep our eyes open and let you know if we find anything.
I have an idea. I want you to
Does it
keep
involve a hall pass?
What?
Well, does it include us going to our next classes?
You have 5 more minutes before the bell. 3 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Yeah, so are we gonna need a hall pass?
I need you to keep an eye on the teachers.
Okay.
There is a chance that one of them could be employing this. I don't think that anyone is against suspicion.
Okay.
Except for you and me.
Okay.
Good. Right, you're dismissed.
Okay, bye.
What a jerk. As you leave the room. All right, and as you step into the hallway, you will hear a blood-curdling scream as you turn around in the central foyer along this row of statues. You are going to see that blood has been spilled, and along the walls, the words, "All who oppose me will suffer," are written on the wall.
Tacky.
Very tacky. Investigation?
Okay. Sure.
I mean, is it made with?
Oh my God!
Is it written in? How is it written? Is it written in blood, or does it just look?
Yeah,
like
it's like
blood?
it's written in blood.
I got a
He's
nat
gonna go
1.
check it to see if it's actually blood,
You got a
not
what?
just like paint.
I got a 1.
Okay, as you go up to look at it, Zeno's going to go up and go, huh, I wonder, and he's going to just, like, wreck the entire thing by running his hand through it.
Oh.
Zeno!
Zeno.
Well,
And you're going to slip and fall in a puddle of blood, too. You're just gonna go ass over tea kettle in a puddle of blood.
yep,
All
that's
right.
blood.
Okay, Tia, you can make me an investigation roll, and Soul Omen just redeemed Get a Clue, so you will have a very good clue out of this.
I rolled a 4.
And yet
Wow, we suck.
somehow, because the chat redeemed Get a Clue, you are going to see that there is a scrap. There's a scrap of cloth laying on the ground that you will find that has a symbol on it. It's a patch from House Brave Skull.
Greyjoy. No, sorry.
House Greyjoy. House Greyjoy is on the floor.
Oh, no.
Oh no. House Brave Skull. And on the back of it, you will see that it has a pair of initials stitched into it. TS.
Have we met anyone with those initials?
There's someone missing with those initials.
No. How fresh is the blood?
Dripping.
Bright red?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if they're the one who's doing it.
I
Or-
mean, it's possible.
Malia will kind of look and go, or it came from their robes, which are potentially like dripping in their own blood.
Also possible. I should.
Can Malia investigate this?
Yes, you may. Farrah's gonna cast Prestidigitation on Zeno because students are starting to stare.
I was actually just gonna ask that. Thanks, Farah.
That's an 18.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it look like you did it.
You are going to see a pair of bloody, they're just the barest outline of footprints, flecked with blood, heading further into the school. The game.
I'm gonna shift down into like a form to sniff this. Tia's just gonna
All right.
rumble.
You will, as you sniff, you will be able to detect that there's human blood on the floor. The game, it appears, is afoot. And with that, I think it's probably time for us to take a quick washroom break. So guys, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back. I'm sleepy. All right, see you soon.
There.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Tia, you shift down into... What are you shifting into?
Shift to a direwolf, so, you know, get
Okay.
that keen hearing and smell.
As you do, can I get everybody else to make me a perception roll real quick? Real quick? Sorry, I
Everyone
speak...
else, or including me?
Not you.
14.
Okay.
19.
23.
23, 19. All right, so everybody but Tia and Farah,
Ooh.
as you look down at Tia and see her switch into a dire wolf, expanding and growing, for just a second, you will see that as she does so, a pair of tails grow out of the base of her spine and wag around for a moment before going and merging into a single one.
Wow,
They
was
come-
weird, but okay.
Did I notice that at all?
No, you didn't. No, you're too busy smelling for blood. Can you make me a perception roll with advantage, please? Oh, I need to change my background. No, I grabbed you.
That is a 23. 23. I rolled a 16.
Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, 23. As you sniff around, you're going to catch the scent of human blood. New and freshly spilled. Traipsing down the hallway. Little dots of it crushed underneath heels. Do you follow it?
Yeah, she's gonna make like a kind of noise and start following it.
The bell rings, and you hear a bunch of the students being pulled back into class. All right, go back to class now. It's time for class. Everybody out of the hallway. And from around the corner, you'll hear the unmistakable sound of squeaking wheels as a red-haired janitor rolls up, dressed in like coveralls and a soiled robe that's tucked into them. This is going to take a lot of work. Hello, doggy. He approaches you. Are you a good boy? You're a good boy. I wrestled pups like you.
Grr.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Perhaps we wrestle later. Come on, wrestle old Willie.
You should wrestle her as a bear.
She'd kick your butt.
I haven't turned into a bear since I was a student here. Well. Look at all the blood. This isn't where it's supposed to be.
That's supposed to be in someone.
I thought it was in a display cabinet. Well, time to clean this up if my name isn't Wiley. Wiki. He starts scrubbing the blood off the wall with his mop. Good old trusty mop. And with that, you will begin to move down the hallway, following the scent of blood that wafts around.
That's
Weapons.
Magic is my weapon, Farah says.
I mean, mine's put away because it was on. They didn't want us to carry them around.
Okay, well then go get your weapon.
Okay. Where do we want to meet up? Or do we just want to go as a
Wait,
group?
did you not bring it with you?
To class? We're not supposed to. We were told not to.
Do you do everything that they tell you to?
I mean, I got high on my first day.
Are you high right now?
Yes. No, yesterday I meant.
Okay. Malia, do you have your hammer?
Yes. Nobody said anything, so I left it.
Yeah, I always keep my weapon in my pants. Pulls out at least a dagger.
Like, her hammer's just been on her back. Nobody stopped her, so she was like...
Okay, sure. Tia,
Okay,
you
well,
continue.
I need to grab my bow at least.
Well, run
I
and
mean,
get
the
it.
cloak was mainly covering it, but I didn't go to too much effort.
Xeno will run off and grab his bow and come back.
Tia left.
Okay,
her-
well.
I don't think Tia would let go of that sword unless she had to.
So you just keep it wrapped on your lap?
Probably. She might have just had it strapped across her back for a while, like wrapped up in that robe for a bit, like cloth.
Okay. So
Unless
Zeno,
someone stopped her.
rushing back to your room, can you do me a favor and make me a survival roll to find your way back to where?
That's gonna be a 29.
Cool.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Okay. Yep.
Why am I less confident in my 29 now?
Okay. You're going to rush back toward the room. And as you do, you are going to see that there are a couple of people milling around the hallways. One of them is going to turn as you approach and go, "I'll pass." He's dressed in a long hooded robe.
Do you have a hall pass, son?
Nope, gotta go hunt a lich.
Cool, what's your AC?
17. 16.
Okay. This creature is going to turn around and you're going to see that inside of the hood is a skeletal, ghostly figure with glowing eyes and a pointed crown reaching to the sky.
Hall pass!
He says, and reaches out. A spectral hand juts out of his grasp and is going to collide with you. You are going to get hit. And you are going to take 14 necrotic damage.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
And give me an initiative roll.
All right, coming up. Let me just punch in my damage in my calculator so that I have it.
Okay.
147 minus 14 is this number. 133. Okay, cool.
All right.
Initiative.
Initiative, please.
Is gonna be 19.
19. All right, you're up. What do you do? The door is just on the other side of this man.
Disengage and dash.
Disengage and dash. You're going to try to run past him?
Yeah. You want me to give me... Can I do like an acrobatics check? To get past him?
If you're using disengage to go past him, then you will not have to. So you can't dash and disengage, but you can disengage and move.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get past him in a really cool way.
All right. So what would you like to do?
Okay, so he's like right in front of me and the door is right behind him.
The door is 5 feet behind him on your right.
I want to just like jump up and push off of his back into towards the door.
Okay, you can make me that roll. Let's see if it works.
Acrobatics or
Yes,
athletics?
That's acrobatics.
Nat 20.
Did you actually get a nat 20?
I got a nat 20 and acrobatics I have plus 10.
Okay, so vaulting over him, you are going to basically leapfrog him, jump into the room. The door is going to open at your touch, and as you enter, you can rush the last about 20 feet of your movement in. You'll be able to grab your bow next round. As you rush in, he is going to turn.
Hall pass!
Oops.
Cool. I'm spending a hurt the more.
Whoopsie.
Cool.
Hurt the more.
Oh damn. Well, I need more dice. One sec.
Oopsie.
Zeno, you are going to feel a blow hit you from behind. I need a strength roll.
Okay.
So that is it plus anything? It is not.
Oh.
Cool. So that is 16. 20.
18 for strength.
Okay, that is going to be... Hold on. 52 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As 2 bolts of arcane energy are going to slam into you from behind. And what'd you get on your strength save?
I got, it was 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
18. All right. Shadowy tendrils that lurch out and slam into you are going to try to wrap around you, but are not going to be able to as you begin to escape and wriggle out of them. As you dodge out of the way of those behind you, you will hear this person go, this thing go,
"You will be a fine sacrifice to Master Magus."
And at that, oh, my song's not working. That's weird. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to volatile reaction. All right. It is your turn. What do you do?
Okay, so how far away is he from me?
He is 20 feet at you, behind you, at the door.
Okay, and he can still reach me? Damn. Okay. I want to get... I'm trying to get out of his reach completely. So I guess I'll go further into the room. Is there anywhere for cover?
Is there anywhere for cover in the room? Yes, there are a number of beds and things like that around here.
Okay, I'm going to hop in behind some cover, and I'm going to knock 3 arrows and take a shot.
Okay, sounds
Take
good.
a triple shot.
Sliding over your bed, you will pull back and
Okay,
go.
I'm going to take -5 + 10 on these. And as a bonus action, I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, one of them's not great. So that's going to be my low one's a 9. Which I assume is a miss.
Yeah, the 9 is definitely a miss.
Okay, and the second 2 shots are going to be a 17 and a 19.
All right, those are going to be hits.
Okay, perfect. So that is shots 2 and 3. Here we go. All right, let me just calculate this really quick for you. 8.
Hey, Christine, check the chat.
And that's going to be 80 points of damage as 2 arrows.
Two arrows.
As 1 arrow flies past, I guess, and then the other 2 are going to, I guess, hit this thing in the chest and shoulder.
Okay. All right, so they slam into him. He is going to snarl, "You will be dinner for the Dark Lord."
Oh,
And then he's going to cast Dimension Door and vanish.
what an idiot.
Eh.
Okay, I'm going to try and find my party.
Okay.
Rather quickly, and actually, as he's, now that I guess I'm out of initiative, because he's gone, I am going to throw a Cure Wounds on me.
Okay.
On 2nd level.
Okay, sounds good. Can you make me a survival roll to hunt down your party?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
I mean, it's in a school, and you kind of knew where they were going, so.
Oh, no, I meant my Cure Wounds roll. I'm just doing some healing up first. 1 + 3 + 2 + Okay. And then survival roll will be switching dice out all over the place. Survival roll is going to be a 15.
Okay, so 15, you are going to be able to quickly find your way back. Now, meanwhile, the rest of the group, as you work your way around the area, you are going to find that there's a line of blood leading directly to a statue along this long corridor. It's opposite from the courtyard. It goes to the base of this statue of Hecatus, a Hydraholm, raising a snake into the sky that itself is a hydra with 14 heads coming off of it. You can see that someone has graffitied the base of this over the nameplate that says "Mind if I slither in," is what they've graffitied. And as you are there, you're going to see that it looks like the blood vanishes underneath the base of the statue. It's quite a tall statue, actually. The mount that it's on is about 4 feet tall. It comes up to Malia's chin, basically, and is about as wide around as the 4 of you linking arms. Well, about the three of you linking arms, at least. And
snuffle around the base of it where it vanishes into the where the
Malia,
blood seems to vanish.
you can make me a perception roll or an investigation roll, your call, with advantage. Cool. You're still muted.
I am aware, but apparently my heavy breathing was being a problem because of my stuffy nose, so I have left myself muted.
Okay.
The streamy nose.
Like everybody's breathing heavy tonight. I don't know why.
Okay, so that's a 23 on perception.
Okay. You are going to notice that the stonework at the base of the statue is actually, it looks like some type of door. There must be a lever around here somewhere that releases this. This is a secret door.
I look for it.
Okay. Looking around, you can see at the bottom of the nameplate are a number. Basically, the nameplate is surrounded by 15 snake heads. 5 at the top. 3 at the right. 2 at the left. And 5 at the bottom. As you're looking at it, you got an 18 on that investigation check. Each one of the snake heads, it's quite a large plaque, is on its own brick. However, one of the bricks does not have a snake head on it. The way that it's divided up, the 3 and 2.
I'd push it.
It clicks. And slowly you are going to see the base of this statue begin to unscrew, revealing a stairwell down into a secret chamber. Probably full of secrets.
Ooh.
Teal look over at Malia and then back at like Mars and Farah, I'm assuming, are both there.
Yes.
It's just Zeno who went up. Okay.
You think you can hear running down the hall, but
she'll just wag her tail and just kind of wait, and then
I'll kind of like see what I can investigate from here.
I'll go
Like,
down
can
a
I
little
see
ways
anything?
and
Can I smell
check it
anything?
out.
okay. It's very dark down there, and it's a spiraling staircase that goes down in a tight corkscrew. You can't really see much around the corner. Mars, Mars starts descending?
Yeah. Can I do it stealthily?
You can try.
Sweet. Come on, BB. 21.
21, you do it rather stealthily.
Yeah, it's okay. Cool. So yeah, I want to just go a little bit down, but not too far out of
Okay.
like earshot.
The stairwell scrolls down about 30 feet.
Okay.
You make it about 20 feet down the screw and can see a bit of light illuminating the bottom of the stairwell.
Okay.
Looks like torchlight, bright and orange and flickering.
Enough that's like one torch, or it's like fully lit up?
It looks like a hallway potentially lined with torches, but you'd have to go all the way down to see. Do you?
Yes.
Okay. The trail of blood continues all the way to the base of the stairwell. As you continue down those last 10 feet, you will see that at the bottom, the archway opens to about a 60-foot long rectangular room lined with statues of various figures on to the left and to the right. These statues are all snide, serpentine-looking people. Like the ones that you encountered in Apesh. The ones called the Yuan-Ti.
Okay.
As you look forward, you see that on the other side of this 60-foot long chamber is a large archway. Now,
Okay.
torches flicker on the walls here about every 10 feet. But on the other side of the archway, you can see that there is a small hallway. And then it looks like a large chamber lit by green light. You can hear the sound of echoing at you. What do you do?
But I don't understand or hear exactly what it is, right?
No, it just sounds like incorporeal whispering. Actually, yeah, you speak Infernal, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
All praise to the Dark one may his return be swift. All praise to the one who has come before and shall die in the depths. All praise the one who shall return from the darkness in new life stolen from the living. We bleed for him, we kill for him, we bring him back into the corporeal.
Ooh, you can cut yourself on that edge.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Zeno, you run down the hallway and find them waiting at the side of a corridor next to the main courtyard. There's a stairwell leading down, and Malia is kind of leaning and looking in it next to Tia. And Farah is just standing there. And actually, Farah's going to cast Mage Armor. Wait, does Farah have Mage Armor? Yeah, she do. Oh, wait, no, she don't. Never mind. I forgot she gave that up a while ago.
Oh, no.
She should really get Mage Armor.
Yeah,
Alright.
should.
Hey, well.
Alright. I got my stuff. Ow. I found it, too. Well, it found me. Yeah, Lich thing wanted a hall pass, and I told it no, and so it, bone
Yeah.
cloth things.
Okay. I guess that means there's
I
going to be
went
a
the
fight.
pew, and it went, wee, gone.
Bippity boppity boo. And Farah is going to cast haste on Tia and Malia.
I like your new spellcasting.
I'm a master. It's what I do.
That's accurate. Alright, so what do we got? What are we doing?
I don't know. Mars went down there a while ago and she hasn't come back up.
That sounds like something Mars would do. Why don't we go down with her?
Tia goes down the hole.
Okay.
Xeno will kind of look around and be like, "Yep, this is probably where we're gonna go."
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, do you all proceed down the hall?
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mars, are you going up to look for your friends?
No.
Okay. What are you doing? Are you just going to wait down there?
Join the cult.
You going to join the cult? What are you going to do?
Yeah, join. Yeah, bye guys. No, I was just wondering, like, is there anything else about the room, like, that might seem also like familiar, or like there might be something more than meets the eye?
You can make me a perception roll.
Yeah. That's a better roll. That is a 22.
Are you looking around the room with all the statues?
With all the statues, something that's like off-putting, like expecting one of them to move almost.
Looking around these statues, you won't find that they are about to move, but you will see that the statue at the far end looks strangely similar to the Bone Claw. It's obviously of a humanoid rather than an undead, and the flesh is carved to look almost human.
Okay.
But that's the spitting image, the bone structure and eyes. Glancing through, you'll see that each one of these has a mark. And you realize that these are the previous headmasters of the school. The epitaphs carved into the stones, though, don't exactly line up to dates. It appears that as long as the school's been there, there's been a concerted effort to install Yuan Ti as the headmasters. Can I get a stealth roll off of everybody who's heading down the stairs if you're trying to be stealthy? If not, don't worry about it.
Yee.
Do you want me to
Try.
re-roll myself or leave it at where
Nope,
it was?
You're fine.
Cool.
14.
14, okay.
Well, 9.
9, okay.
Yep.
11.
11, okay.
And
So,
that was with disadvantage.
okay. So as you are as you're heading down the stairs, you are going to definitely hear your companions coming. And okay. All right. Farah's actually going to be semi-stealthy. Oh, by the way, because of haste, don't forget that you have...
Oh,
believe,
crap, what does haste give me?
I
Hold
believe
up.
it gives you a bonus, because it's been a minute since I've cast this.
Yeah, that's
up?
accurate.
You have advantage on dex saves. Oh, saves, that's right.
Oh, saves, yeah.
There's-
And gain an
is it-
additional action
who's
on your
getting
turns.
Okay. Me and Malia got it.
Nice.
Yeah, so now you're all on the same level.
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Good.
So.
Okay. And boom, there we go. All right. So, you make your way down the stairwell, causing a bit of noise behind you. And as you hear them, Mars, you will hear the voice in Infernal in the other room. The master will rise again. Master will rise again. Make me an insight roll.
That didn't turn out too good. 8.
Okay. Looks like they just paused in their chanting.
Huh.
What do you do?
I'm still trying to listen, but I'm inching closer.
Sounds great. Inching closer to the side of the door. Directly ahead, there's a 10-foot hallway, and on the other side of it is a large chamber, shaped roughly like, I guess like a bread box. A flat, long wall is on the southern wall that you're approaching from. The room then goes up about 40 feet, ending in a back curved wall. Now, the back curve of this wall has flowing green water dripping down into a huge basin that runs the length of the back wall.
Is there a smell associated with the area?
It smells swampy in here, musty and mildewy.
Mm,
And as you approach, can I get you to do me a favor real quick?
sure.
Can you make me... one sec. Can you make me a wisdom save?
Oh, no. Probably not.
A 2? Yeah. Okay. As you lean around the corner and look in, do you head into the 10-foot hallway? Now, the 10-foot
Yeah.
hallway is quite dark. And so you are
Even
able
with dark vision?
Yeah, it's strangely dim. The shadows are cloying and thick, but it's easy for you to find a place to hide.
Neato, I do that.
As you creep forward, you hide in the shadows and glance around the corner, and as you do, you will see a figure directly in front of you. He's skeletal
Ew.
and strange. It's not the Deathclaw. He looks at you and raises a finger to his lips, and you find your muscles completely seize up. You're paralyzed.
Crap.
And then, as he raises his fingers to his lip, he vanishes. Meanwhile, further back in the hallway, you're looking around, and there are all of these strange statues everywhere, all of them vaguely snake-like. What do you do?
Tia's still just sniffing around, trying to get a, like,
Make
does
me a
the
perception
blood
roll.
trail... Okay.
The blood trail is scant, but still going.
Okay. Well, Alright. Perception is 17 plus 7 is a number?
It's 24.
Yeah.
All right. So, you are going to be able to hear that, or you're going to be able to smell that Mars is directly ahead of you. In fact, you can smell her directly in front of you in that hallway.
I'm gonna cautiously approach.
Okay. As you approach, you see that she's crouched and looking into the next room.
Gonna bump her with my snout.
Okay. Real quick, guys. What is your marching order? So you are in this long room. Okay.
I mean, I darted down the stairs before Farah and I think...
Zeno went down right after Tia.
And I'm assuming that you all went into this big room.
I think so.
I am assuming so.
Okay.
Malia is following along behind.
Okay, so you're following along behind. So where are you positionally all? So Tia has gone forward into this room. Like up to the side of Farah. Or not to the side of Farah, up to the side of Mars. And the rest of you are you still in the room with all the snake people? Are you...
I think Malia will still be behind in the other room, kind of investigating a bit.
Is there anything about this set? Like, you guys seem kind of quiet. So, is there anything about the layout here that is not making sense to you, or?
So, okay. So you
walk
described a
down the
room
stairwell.
full of statues.
You walk down the
bottom of
stairwell.
stair.
Yes, there's a 60-foot long. A 60-foot long chamber with statues flanking either wall. At the top of the room, it leads to a small, darkened hallway that's 10 foot long, which itself expands into a large trapezoidal room with a curved back that is leaking greenish water down. The area around you is well lit with torches and, of course, these statues. And the room with the fountains, though, is dripping this green ooze from the back wall.
And so me and Mars are both in the hallway then, I'm guessing.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have gone up to the hallway. So, 60-foot corridor, hallway, dome room.
And Tia's, as she's looking around for traps as she goes, however she can smell any.
Okay, so Zeno and Malia, where are you? Farah's probably about 2/3 of the way into the 60-foot room, trailing behind.
Zeno
I
is
think-
probably fairly close to the hallway up near Mars and
Okay,
Tia.
sounds good.
I think
his boat,
Malia
right?
is still kind of back with Farah.
Okay, sounds good. That's what I need to know. So I need an initiative roll off of everyone.
Coming up. Ooh, that's a
Okay.
good one. I like it when I roll high.
Sad.
Sod.
Sod. Okay, so that is a boop 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 boop. Okay, and a. Okay. Anybody have above 21?
Yes, 24.
Okay. Anybody else have above 21? Okay. Oh, God. Thanks, Farah. All right. Anybody have above 15?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have?
17.
Okay. Anybody else have above 15? 15. Okay. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
7.
6.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Okay.
We're doing so well.
So well, so well. Yikes.
Tia, Malia, and Farah got a nat 1, so that's great.
Wow. That's so Farah.
When does our haste end? Because that only lasts up for like a minute.
Oh, yeah, it only does last a minute, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That will last through the second round of combat.
Good to know.
Welcome to
Cool.
exhaustion.
Welcome to...
Welcome
oh,
to
no!
a round of not being able to move.
Oh,
Hey, guys.
no!
Kind of like, wait, what? What are you doing to me? What?
Yep, this is gonna be fun. This is great.
Okay,
Foresight.
so... Suddenly, there is a burst of motion. By the way, all of you are going to be considered surprised for this. Mars, when we go through your turn, you'll be able to make an action. Xeno, what's your armor class?
16?
Cool. I need another dice.
Am I also very aware of what's going on around me? Like
You
I
are
can
100% aware, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Zeno, that is going to... Ooh, I gotta check one thing real quick. Ooh. So many things in play. This still isn't as crazy as it was the other night.
Yeah, the night was insane.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's inside of... Okay. You are going to feel a presence next to you. Too late for comfort, though. And you'll hear, "Hall pass!" And you are going to get hit with another blast of, what is that? That's 21 points of necrotic damage.
Ow, okay.
All right, let's see. As suddenly, like, just up ahead of you, that thing from the hallway reappears and blasts you with energy. You are surprised, so that means that I go over here. There is going to be a surge of motion, and between Farah and Malia, darkness is going to coalesce. I will bring suffering upon you all. The Bone Claw reappears next to you. And let's see. So that's Shadow Jump. And then that is going to be... Ooh, I get 2 claw attacks. Well, let's do 1 on Farah and 1 on Malia. No, we're going to do them both on Farah.
No.
Okay, so that is 1 hit. That is 2 hits. Okay, 2 hits, and that is 6d10. I can never find dice when I need to.
Wait, that's a lot. That's a lot of dice. Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to level 10.
Yeah.
Where the hell's my other dice? All my dice are managed. Okay. Okay, 12, 15. Okay, so that's 15, 19. Okay, cool. So that is 19, 23, 30. All right, it's going to be 45 points of damage for Farah.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Oh, but that's
It's more than half her hit points in 1 hit.
Wow, that's a lot.
chonky.
Okay. All right. So this thing appears about 10 feet away from where you are, Malia, and is going to lash out with these giant claws. Once again, let us have a little bit of story time.
So it's just the one enemy, right? It's just
Oh, no, there aren't even a little bit. The thing that fought you wasn't the bone claw. I never described it as such.
Oh, that's right. You didn't.
I didn't. I said it looked kind of similar to this.
Okay.
Congratulations. Another creature appears directly in front of you, and is going to use my invisibility to my advantage, and I am going to actually Mars.
Hi.
You can make me a wisdom save.
Me? Oh.
Yes, you can, to see whether or not you snap out of paralyzation.
15?
15 is... What's my DC? All right, you are going to snap out of paralysis at the end of your round, which means you no longer have advantage on you when you are being struck. And it also means you can do things like reactions. The one in front of you is going to fire a bolt directly at Tia. Tia, that is going to be...
My AC right now is 20.
Okay. Okay, it's going to be 1 hit. 2 bolts of arcane energy are going to fire out at you, dealing 22 points of necrotic damage as they burn into your fur. And that is going to be the first round of combat. So far, it appears that the Bone Claw is here, as well as 2 of these strange necrotic undead sorcerers. Top of the round with Zeno.
All right. So right off the bat, I'm going to use bonus action to shift Hunter's Mark onto, let's say, the undead sorcerer that hit me.
Okay, sounds good.
How far away from me is it?
The one that originally hit you when you were in the... Oh, the one that hit you just a second ago?
Yeah.
Is about... what's my range on that? Is about 90 feet in front of you into the room.
Oh, okay, cool. So I was making sure that he wasn't like 5
Oh, no, he doesn't want to get near you.
He doesn't want to get far away from me either. So I'm going to use bonus action to shift Hunter's Mark onto that one.
Sounds good.
Knock 3 arrows, and I'm going to take -5/+10 on all of these.
You only get 2 attacks per round, I thought.
It's the
Second
my
round
first
of combat.
Isn't it from my first round of combat?
I believe it says in the first round of combat because it's only when you are ambushing. Actually, wait, technically you wouldn't have gotten 3 shots last time either. Because the whole point is that you are the one ambushing.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the start of your first turn of each combat, what you do? Okay, that's not what I'm looking for.
Does it say the start of your first turn?
At the start of your first turn of combat.
Well, yeah, but your first turn was last turn.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, you just didn't get to act because you were surprised.
That's right. All right, so I mean, I'm gonna still do.
It's not 2 arrows.
+10 on both of these.
Yay.
All right, so I'll just take that out of my pool.
All right, let's go ahead and see what happens.
Here we go. All right. All right, so that is going to be a 17 and an 18.
Okay, those are going to be hits.
Fantastic. Here we go.
Also, hello, Raid.
Hey.
10.
So what kind of enemies were these killing?
They look to be some type of 2 undead sorcerers who are like have mummified visages, wearing crowns that are marked with infernal markings, and the bone claw that you fought in the forest yesterday is here as well, swinging its claws back and forth, wrapping them around Farah.
No, baby girl. Okay. Cool.
All right, that's going to be 48 damage as
48
those
damage?
2 arrows hit.
All right, those 2 are going to hit, and this is necrotic.
I guess 2 of those 2 points of damage would be necrotic.
Well, are you just using the?
I'm just using normal arrows.
Just using normal arrows, because that I thought your bow gave necrotic damage to the entire shot if it was normal arrows.
It's the +1 necrotic.
But
That's what
that's
you
your
originally told me.
damage is necrotic.
Your
Like
damage
it
is
turns your
iconic.
bow, your damage becomes necrotic.
I thought
thought.
that the actual damage was the same. It was just the bonus damage that was different.
No, it did.
Here it is. So
Yeah.
the
so-
arrows that it fires are 1d8 +1 necrotic.
Okay.
So if you use the arrows that it generates,
Okay. All right. So,
that's what it is.
in that case, so how much damage was that?
So that was 48.
Okay. Is that right? Is that how math works? That is not how math works. There we go. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Sounds good. 2 arrows are going to be notched, and we're going to slam into his frame. He's going to grunt, and this kind of green sludge is going to pour down his mouth. Behind you, you are going to hear a yelp, and I am going to use Shadow Jump. Okay, I'm going to move 5 feet toward Malia. Malia, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
That is going to be 15.
15. All right, you are going to succeed on this roll as Shadow whips up around the side of... Oh, you don't actually take on half damage. That's pretty good. As magic Shadow begins to rip up the side of you, you are going to dodge out of the way at the last second. Farah is being grappled, so she's going to take an additional 20 points of necrotic damage.
No, baby girl.
Okay, and the original damage was 40... What was it, 40...
48.
Okay, so she's at minus 68. And he is going to teleport 60 feet into the main chamber. Okay. And yeah, that's his action. Okay, so... Actually, you know what he's going to do? He is going to teleport directly into the hallway next to Tia and Mars and Zeno, who are all kind of clumped up, and I'm going to spend to hurt them more, and I'm going to teleport again. So I need all of you to make me a Constitution save.
Con save is fine.
Con save, please.
Oh no.
Oh, the nat 20.
Not 20.
Nat 20!
8.
Yeah! Hit you, Amy?
Yay! Yes. Oh my god, thank
Okay.
And
goodness.
this time it wasn't off
So-
camera.
24.
I got 8.
You got an 8? Cool.
I got 8. Yeah.
20.
Zeno, you're going to take 22 points of necrotic damage. Farah is going to take 22 points of necrotic damage and is down.
Oh no.
Okay, and he is going to vanish and reappear another 60 feet inside of the room.
Okay.
All right, so that's my action. Mars, you are up. What do you do? Inside of the room, you are going to see that there's this bone claw clutching Farah in his hands, as well as these 2 necrotic sorcerers that are hurling bolts of energy at you. One of them was the one that paralyzed you. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm more concerned about the one that was on Farah, and this one like. But so within 120 feet range, I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on it.
Okay, chill touch, and is that? Do I have a save for that? I can't remember.
Would you like me to read it to you?
Yeah, that's always great because
Okay.
there are a lot of spells.
So, PHB 221, you create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature
It's
to
a ranged spell
assail it
attack.
with the Chill of the Grave. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. If you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you till the end of your next turn.
Fancy. All right.
Yeah. So for this sort of spell, am I trying to hit you and then rolling damage?
Yes. So you're making a ranged spell attack. So you make a charisma attack roll.
Yeah. That is a 22.
22 is going to be a hit. All right. So
And with this level, since I'm multi-class, is it counted as 10th or 11th?
you're counting as because you're 11th level. So it's 3d8,
so
please.
3d8. 3d8.
3d8. Okay, and I've got
4 and 8, that's 12, and then a 2, so that's 14.
14.
Yeah, take 14, please.
I will take 14. All right, your spectral hand lashes out and slashes into him, dealing 14 points of damage. What type of damage is this?
Necrotic.
Okay. All right, so dealing some amount of necrotic damage as it slashes into him, but he will have disadvantage in his next turn. And then are you doing anything else with your bonus actions?
I can still move, right?
You can still move, yeah.
But can I still attack this round?
No,
or
that
no?
was your attack.
That was
unless it's a bonus action to cast that, which I don't believe it is. I think it's a full action.
Okay. So then what she would want to do is put herself in a good position to flank with someone else who's the next best person on our map to do that.
Everybody, all of these casters are inside of this room, so you are actually clustered with your friends. Malia is about 20 feet behind you.
Okay. So I'm going to try to maneuver basically in a way that at least one of these guys is between me and another person.
Okay, sounds good. So you want to make it so that you could just move behind Tia.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay,
And I've
so you-
still got my focus on the one that's being like clutch clawed.
Sounds good. All right, so it is going to be their turn now because initiative rolls were really bad. All right, so that is going to be, I need a will save off of Xeno, please.
Okay, coming right up. That is going to be 17.
17. All right. One of them lashes out with some type of magic, but it kind of just drifts off your mind. You are in the front there. Tia, however. Tia, I'm going to need you to do me a favor, my friend. You are going to take some damage as two... Actually, let me double check that. You're going to take a less damage than I thought because your AC is way higher than I thought it was.
My AC is down to 18.
Oh my god, you're going to take full damage
Haste
then.
ends because Farah's down.
I was about to... That's right. Okay, all right. A bolt of necrotic energy is going to arc out across the floor, which is going to deal 16, 23, 28 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, that pops me out of my wild shape.
Okay, the second one is going to hit you for another 14.
Okay, so how much was it total?
What was the
14
first-
and 28, was it? Or
Yeah,
no?
so 42.
God damn. Okay.
Okay. Tia, it is your round, but because of lethargy,
I cannot act or move or do anything till my next turn.
you cannot. Malia, it is your turn, but you are lethargic, cannot act or move. Farah is unconscious. Farah makes a death save. Farah has 1 positive death save. Bing, success. All right, top of the
Yay.
initiative, Zeno. Zeno, you're up again. What do you do?
Okay, I have a quick question for you, Kelly.
Yes.
So I have written down in my note list here, right beneath the shadow step, with the bow. I have 2 things written down here that I need clarification on. I have one that says sniping for a concentration check on succeed remain invisible. I assume that's in darkness, right?
Yeah, that's if you are hidden, you remain invisible.
Okay, if I hit him, okay. And then the second one is once per day I can absorb half damage dealt on 1 attack.
Yes.
Okay, I just couldn't remember. I just wanted to double check because I didn't write anything else down for that.
Yeah, basically you make an
Just
attack
says
roll, you get half damage as healing.
Okay, on an attack that I make?
An attack you make.
Oh, cool. Okay, neat, awesome. Okay, so Bone Claw is holding Farah, or
Yeah, at the moment.
wow, that sucks. Bone Claw is going to be shot.
Okay, go ahead. Don't botch.
Hopefully. Yeah, basically. Both these going to be -5 + 10.
Sounds good. Here comes the botch.
Oh god. Actually, and give me 1 second. I wasn't expecting to use this, but I want to see if I can. Loading. Okay.
Sorry, guys. The haste was a good idea when it happened.
Okay. I am actually going to cast as a bonus action Ensnaring Strike on this thing.
Okay.
So let's see if I hit it first, I guess.
So,
I'm
okay.
gonna. Yeah.
And this
I'm
is
gonna,
part of an attack? Or is this a ranger spell?
It's a ranger spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this as a 3rd level.
Sounds good.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I got 2 17s.
Okay, so that will hit.
Fantastic. All right, here comes some damage. I'm going to roll them separately.
Okay.
Just to make things easier for me. All right, so that's going to be 42 points of damage
Okay.
from the bow, and then actually, can you make me a strength save as well?
Okay, what's my DC?
It is 14.
All right, I succeed.
Damn. Okay.
So what's happening here?
Well, nothing, actually. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to be hit twice.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of thorny vines are going to appear like at the point of impact and try and restrain it.
I was more into Twitter than Vine.
Wow.
He's crazy. He can break the 4th wall. It's fine.
Yeah, straight up.
Alright.
But they're going to they're not going to take hold, and he's going to just break free out of that.
Okay. Okay, so what is going to happen is... Okay. Yeah. Well, it's the Bone Claw's turn. The Bone Claw is holding an unconscious dragon girl. He's just going to toss her into the fountain behind a drowned.
Oh no.
So disadvantage on death saves now. Cool. And is going to use this opportunity to rush forward. And let's see, what's my movement? Oh, pretty good, actually. So he was 60 feet in the room. He's going to rush forward and charge. Zeno, are you in the room or are you behind people?
I was behind people. I was kind of in the corner.
Sounds good. He's going to rush forward and take 2 swipes at Tia. Tia, that is 2 hits. All right. Oh, God. Tia, the first hit is going to be a solid claw that dances across your shoulder. That is going to be an 21 points of necrotic damage. And the next is going to be another one that's going to be 25 points of necrotic damage as he gouges you across the chest. I need you to do me a favor and make me, oh, and you are a creature. You are pulled 10 feet toward him, and are grappled.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you can't move, but you can attack. All right,
Yeah.
and...
Or I can try and break grapple.
You can, yes. Mars, it is your turn. Tia, it was your shield. She has been pulled out of the little hallway into the large room. It is clutched by these giant claws.
Is it about 20 feet?
About 10 feet in front of the room, yes.
Okay. So I can catch up to that pretty easy and sneak attack.
Yeah, I mean, technically, she's within 5 feet of him. She's touching him, so yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, no. I
All
would
right,
like to
so
do that, please.
all right, go ahead and make me your 2 attacks.
Just gonna roll everything at once so it's easier.
Soon it will be player turns. I guarantee it.
Everybody rolled low on initiative except me.
So 16 plus 7 and 17 plus 7. That sounds
Those are
like
2
it's
hits?
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll me damage. So sneak attack on one of those.
Yeah. So that's... That's okay. So that's 12. 16.
And please...
20.
Oh, wait, that's only on a crit that you deal necrotic. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
25. 27.
The chat is saying that their advice is not to die.
That is
Keep that in mind.
pretty good advice.
Okay.
28.
28 points of damage as you stab into him.
And he's a bony boy.
He is a very bony boy.
Can I aim for its head?
You will be able to stab into the side of the fleshy sinew that is wrapped around its skull. It's like muscle still wrapped around the bone. Like this thing was almost a zombie, but then just kind of had all the moisture vacuumed out.
Gross.
As you are now in the room next to it, you can see that there are a couple of kids in this room now. Next to these large pillars supporting the roof, you can see that there is a bound child laying on the ground there. It sure looks like Beepo.
Of course it's fucking
Of course,
Beepo.
Beepo.
And laying next to another one of them is Huey.
Huey Parker.
Huey Parker. All right, it is my turn now as the Deathlocks. Hey, Deathlocks. Okay, so Mars, you're in the center of the room. I think it's time to hit you with some grave bolts.
You can try.
I got a nat 20.
Fuck.
I'm not even kidding. Do you want me to take a photo?
No, I gotcha.
I was like, if I get a nat 20 right now.
That
one
was
of them,
great. I was like, yeah.
That was good. You had to ask for it.
funny.
That's
Okay.
Mars karma right there.
Okay, this one's going to raise up and is going to... Oh, well, this is where the bad luck comes in. I rolled... Okay, 1, 3, 6, 8 points of damage on the first roll. Okay, that's better. That is... Okay, that's 18, 26... a total of 30 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make me a strength save.
Strength. A 16 on that.
16 on that. All right, you are going to just barely not be grabbed by the energy that wraps around you. You're going to basically leap out as these bolts from the grave slam into you, dealing that necrotic damage, and then try to grab you with all of these tiny hands that come out of the darkness. You're going to be able to get out of the way. Also, never forget that you have Hellish Rebuke, by the way.
Oh, I never forget.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that you didn't. All right. With that, there is another person up. This druid needs to die.
I love that expression.
This druid needs to die.
Just Amy's face when you said that.
Oh, I didn't get to see it. Amy, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
All right. I'm using my determination
Good idea.
because you said Constitution save.
Constitution save.
8, 12, 16. 16.
A 16? Okay, you are going to succeed, so you're only going to take half damage on this.
Right.
You're going to recognize this spell as one of them calls Blight.
Ah, fuck.
And you're going to feel all of the moisture start to drain out of your skin. You would have taken 16, 22, 22, 30, 45 points of damage. You instead take 22.
Oh, that's better.
That is significantly better, or half as much on a successful save, and cool. But I couldn't.
Blight is a powerful spell.
It is a powerful
It's
spell.
the-
Tia, you are up.
I sure am. Okay. Step 1, wild shape or
Make me a
back
wisdom save.
into... Yeah.
What'd you get?
13.
13. Okay, cool. Cool.
Because I was aiming for Ankylosaurus, if I can, like, because I've been moved into this big area.
Okay. As you turn into an Ankylosaurus, you are going to. But as you do, you are going to suffer some difficulties to your... Well, let's just find out. 1, 2, 3, 4...
This guy's trying to grapple me, so I don't know if it'll help. If it'll
you are
break the
going to
grapple.
suffer a bit of difficulty with perception rolls.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to help. It's not going to hinder your striking someone. But as you do, you are going to turn into an Ankylosaurus, but your eyes are going to start to pull away as your head kind of peels like taffy, and you gain a second head.
Oh,
Right?
You are a two-headed Ankylosaurus.
all right.
The sensory input is difficult to contend with. Eventually, this would actually give you advantage on perception rolls. But it also means that it's very hard to flank you. It is your turn still. That was your bonus action. What do you do?
I'm gonna attack this thing that's
Okay.
holding me. I've got my tail attack. I can just slam it.
All right, go
Tail
ahead.
melee. So, yeah.
Yes, that shouldn't
How
happen during a wild
is-
shape, should it?
No, it should not happen during wild shape. That's not normal.
That's not normal. Tia's not normal anymore.
That's
That's not
25 to hit.
That is absolutely a hit. Roll me damage.
Okay. And it needs to succeed. I also need a DC 16 strength save from it.
Or else it gets knocked down.
Yeah, it gets knocked prone.
Oh god, that's a 2.
Mm,
That's less than 16.
Unless it's opposite day.
21 damage.
21 damage. That is a solid hit. As you basically like are grappled, pulled forward, and you and smash with your armored tail into the side of this creature. It's going to be knocked to the ground. At that point, make me a strength check real quick.
Sure.
Okay.
How's a 14?
Okay, you are still grappled.
Okay.
He still has his claws wrapped around you.
However, he's prone, so if someone attacks him...
It is true. Malia, it's your turn.
Okay.
So you're
So
about...
there's 2 of these things.
There's 3 total. Two
There's three total.
deathlocks and a bone claw.
And Fair is in the pool of water?
Oh yes. Well, she doesn't have to make her death save for another round or another
Okay.
turn. Yeah.
Okay.
So you are about location-wise. This death claw is basically directly in front of you, about 20 feet.
Okay. And Farah's not that far behind me because I was pretty near her.
She
I was
got
next to her when she
teleported.
got picked. Oh, okay.
So she is about 100 feet into the next, or about 80 feet into the next room.
Oh, okay, so I don't know where she is then.
You don't know where she is.
Okay. But there's one right in front of me, huh?
The big one is right in front of you.
All right. Make me a dex save, please.
I don't wanna.
You gotta.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a fail. Oh wait, the one in front of you is prone, so I'm gonna make that with disadvantage. So that is going to be a 12.
Yeah, that's a fail.
It was gonna be a 13.
Okay. Well, I am doing a cantrip.
Okay. Oh no. Is it Sacred Flame?
Yes, at 11th level is 3d8. So
Get
that
wrecked.
is 23 points of radiant damage.
23 points of radiant damage. Ooh, beautiful. 23 points of radiant damage goes... Hold on, what's my vulnerability? Oh, I don't have any. Okay, cool. Oh, man, that's going to burn real hard. Is that an action or a bonus action?
That is an action.
Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't think I have anything. One sec, let me just quickly check my list of
Yeah.
stuff. I've got too many spells.
It is at this
Crazy if
level.
that
It
was a
is
bonus
definitely
action.
true.
How many people are hurt, actually?
Xeno, everybody.
is very hurt. Tia's hurt.
Very
Yeah,
right?
but I'm in wild shape right now, so healing wouldn't help
fair.
me.
You could also cast Spiritual Weapon if you wanted to, by the way.
That's true.
So, because that still has a bonus action. So, but it's up to you. Healing is good.
Well, that's a bonus action. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, you know what? Might as well.
You might as well. All right, so summoning your Spiritual Weapon. Go ahead and make me an attack.
Okay.
The hammer.
So that. Where is my spiritual weapon stats?
Okay.
It's melee spell attack, so that is 25 to hit.
That is absolutely a hit.
And I believe that's only a d8 at the moment, the level I'm casting it.
You can upcast it. Can't you? Or is that one?
Oh, I could if I wanted to, but I'm just casting it at the base level at the moment.
Okay.
13 points of force damage.
13 points of force damage. All right, you are going to smash forward with your hammer, not hitting this. Oh, wait, Malia. Mm-hmm. Roll me another dice. You have advantage. It's prone.
Oh.
Is she within 5 feet of it, though? I think prone is only...
I'm going to allow it.
I mean, fine, yeah, do it.
I mean, did you get a nat 20? Okay.
No.
All right. So it is grievously hurt as it is on the ground. You have smashed it within an inch of its life. Farah is going to roll her death save. I already did. She failed. Top of the initiative. Oh, this thing is mulched into the ground. Congratulations. It is nearly dead. Zeno, what do you do?
Okay, so give me a quick orientation check again.
All right, quick
so-
orientation. Here's the long hallway down here. There's the
Yeah.
small hallway. Malia is still in the room with all the statues, about 10 feet from this. In the center hallway here is Tia being grappled by a bone claw. They're both kind of sticking out into the main room. You are kind of like right at the corner of this tiny 10-foot hallway. So this is like
Okay.
right next to you. Mars is inside of the room.
Okay.
Stabbing from behind. There are a couple of kids laying on the ground here, and 2 deathlocks firing bolts. Farah's over here in a pool drowning.
How far away is Farah?
About 80 feet.
About 80 feet. Is there any shadow
All over the place.
all over the place?
All over the place.
I'm going to shadow step 60 feet closer to Farah,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my action to get over to her and get her out of the water.
Okay, sounds good. You can just... I'll let you move and pull her out as a bonus action. Part of
Okay,
movement bonus.
and then I'm going to get her with a cure wounds.
Okay, sounds good. I figured that you can do a cure wounds because you have to touch to do that, right? And that's so
Yeah.
touching and going, hey, not drowning. So rushing forward, you're going to vanish in a puff of shadow,
Yeah.
very much like these deathlocks and
Yeah.
bone claws, strangely, and are going to traipse through the icy cold, sludgy water that clings to your pants as you head in. You're going to grab Farah, cure light wounds, and what
This is at 3rd level, by the way.
sounds good. What am I at?
You are at that's 60, 23.
Okay,
As
sound-
he's gonna go in like pick her up, and then as she wakes up, he's gonna like put her down at the
Her eyes are going to flash open, and she is conscious again. Woohoo! The Bone Claw is having a really bad day.
Yay.
Mars is right on top of me. Tia's right on top of me. I need both of you to make me a con save.
I
Malia's out of range for this.
17.
Okay. Please fail. Tia?
That's 21.
Okay. He is going to go whoosh and vanish in another puff of shadow, and is going to teleport 60 feet, and then dash at Zeno. Zeno. Here we go, buddy.
Hit it. Hit it. Don't hit me, but hit it.
All right, that's going to be 2 hits on you.
Oh, no. Okay, what are we doing?
Okay. 1 sec.
I'm not a fan of this because I'm low, but
Okay. I'm going to roll real dice. Let's roll real dice.
do it.
If I can find real dice. I can't. A bunch of my d10s are missing. Okay. The first slash is going to come inward, and you are going to take 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You are
with
pulled.
the second one.
You are pulled 10 feet. 10 feet forward as it slashes you, and are grappled, and are going to take an additional 20 points of piercing damage.
Oh, thank Christ!
And I'm gonna spend a hurt you more to attack you again.
No, don't do it!
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spend a hurt them more. I'm right next to you and Farah,
Don't do it!
and I'm gonna teleport. I need a con save.
All right, coming up. That's gonna be a success for me.
Oh, damn it. And that's going to be a success for Farah. All right, he's going to whoosh again and reappear about just 10 feet behind him, hoping that the shadow jump ripped you apart. But you succeeded, so that's dicks. Okay. Mars, you are up. The creature is teleported about 40 feet ahead of you. You are muted.
Oh?
Hello.
There you go.
No, I wasn't muted.
Oh.
Just contemplating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one that I was flanking has now moved, right?
Yes, he is 40 feet into the room.
And have they all taken damage now?
Yes, they... Actually, no, one of the Deathlocks has not taken any damage at all.
Okay, I want to focus on that one. How far is he?
He is about 30 feet into the room firing bolts at you.
Oh, that's not gonna do. I'm gonna step in and dash to attack.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and with that, I think I can only use one of my weapons, right?
You actually don't need to dash to reach him. You can reach him with your
Oh.
30-foot movement.
Oh, neat. Okay, yeah, so then, double attack.
You could also use Eldritch Blast at range if you wanted to.
I could, but one of those was a nat 20.
Okay.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting. Remember,
Okay.
you don't get sneak attack, though.
No. So I only rolled for just the raw damage, not the
Sounds
sneaking
good.
damage.
All right, give it to me raw.
12, and then one of those. Oh, and then I get a +2 on that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Math.
14. It's gonna be a 15 altogether.
15 altogether. All right, rushing forward, you were going to hack little chunks off of the one directly in front of you. So that's going to be... Boom. Oh, wait, that's not the way math works. That's the way math works. All right, hacking chunks. He raises his hand to fire a bolt at you. You're going to take his fingertips off.
Yes.
And he's going to snarl at you. And he's still going to try to hit you with the bolt of energy. You are directly in front of him, though. So he's going to take disadvantage on this. Okay. What is that? Oh, you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I need you to make me a will save.
Will save. Monday. That's a 2.
All right, you are charmed.
Of course.
You and the charmed target must. Let's see. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each turn to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if no creature or none are within Ah, this isn't that great.
No? Do you want to redact?
No, he's crazy. Okay, yes. So what he is going to do is he's going to cast that, and suddenly, a twisted crown of jagged iron and nails appears around your head and begins plunging itself into your skull.
Hot.
And he is going to run toward your allies. You can make me an opportunity attack.
Okay. And
Actually,
what would I add to that?
You just make a normal attack.
Okay, cool. So I rolled a straight up 18. So
Okay, so that's going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
Neat. Six.
6 points of damage. All right, you're going to hack at his back as he runs. He turns and runs further into the room, rushing past where the Bone Claw is holding Zeno. And that was his action. And then the other one is going to... You are right there. Oh, you know what? He's going to blast you, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well... Is your AC 15?
No.
Okay, Zort! A bolt strikes one of the columns above your head. Tia, it is your turn.
Okay,
Do
so
I
which
get a
one's grappled
reaction
me?
at all, or no?
I'm sorry? You can only use your action if you are struck with damage.
If I was struck with it,
Yeah.
okay.
So
who's grappling me?
you are being grappled by the one that is also grappling Xeno.
Oh,
Actually, wait, no,
okay.
pardon me.
The
No,
one who's
he-
knocked prone?
No, he let go of
Get
you.
up. Oh, okay.
So he let go of you and he teleported.
Okay, so he's not prone or grappled.
He is not prone or grappled anymore.
Damn, punk.
He is 60 feet into
Okay.
the room, holding onto Xeno's legs and doing like the Hulk thing to him.
Ooh, I can't. Don't really have a charge action as an Ankylosaurus.
What's your speed?
30. So who's closest to me then?
You could rush up and strike one of the two Deathlocks. Is still 30 feet into the room.
I will
okay.
do that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna move in further and just.
I feel like I should have
Give her
prepped
a
the
good
map for
pump.
this one, but
Yeah, too late now.
anyway. I mean, it's too late in general.
To hit. That is a mental math not working. So let's a 24.
24. You were going to rush up and be able to hit this one. Roll me damage. And I have to make a strength save,
need
don't I?
16. Yeah.
I succeed. Wait, hold on.
Damn.
I actually fail. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So you're not
I assumed that I had a +1 bonus on strength. I do not. I forgot. I was a warlock in life.
Nope.
No strength.
Nope.
19 damage. And and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but all of my attacks count as magical for purposes of damage
Yes.
resistance.
Circle of the
Yes,
Moon
okay.
is great.
It's great. Yeah,
All right. You are going to reach up with your callous tail and slam this one into the ground.
Yeah.
Hits the ground. All right. Behind you, Malia, you are in the other room, so you are a little bit out of range at this point for melee. If you move in, you'd be able to hit the one that Tia just slammed, which is now prone, or looking in the room. So you are down here, about you're 20 feet from this room, and then 30 feet in is the combat with Tia. And then another 30 feet in is the Deathlock, who is in combat with, or holding on to Zeno, and Mars is over here, and the other Deathlock is behind the Bone Claw at this point.
Okay, well, I'll move my full 25 feet then. Mm-hmm. And I think that puts me within 60 feet of at least one of them, right?
It puts you within 60 feet of all of them if you do your full move.
Sweet.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that then. And yeah, Sacred Flame again.
Okay, that's a save for me, isn't it?
That is a dex save.
All right. And,
I guess whichever one's closest is what I'll do it to.
okay, I succeed.
Oh, all right. Well, that doesn't do anything then.
Okay.
Well, I'm also gonna fling that spiritual weapon at you.
Okay, what's the range on the spiritual weapon? How much movement can it get?
60 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you'll be able to hit the first Deathlock.
Okay.
Because it moves independently of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and it was already like a good 30 feet in front of me.
Oh wait, it was right. So
Yeah.
actually, you could move it all the way up to attack the Bone Claw.
Okay.
So
Sure, I'll do that.
you can attack any of the three of them. The Bone Claw is the most hurt and is the one that's holding Xeno by the legs doing the Hulk smash thing.
Okay, well, let's hit him then.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
Okay.
Also, I didn't think he was holding me because I passed my check to prevent being teleported.
But you failed your. But he auto grapples you, dude. I already told you that. I said he grabbed you and moved you 10 feet.
No, he tried to, but
No, he automatically does. There's no dodge.
Oh.
He tried to teleport you, and he did.
Yeah.
He tried to harm you with the teleport. He still did teleport with you.
Oh, okay. You didn't. You didn't
He
mention
shadows. Yeah, I did. I said he shadow stepped 10 feet with you.
Okay.
But there's a lot going on. So, Malia, what'd you get?
That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Okay, that is going to hit. Roll me damage.
That is 12 damage.
12 damage. All right, and so with this spiritual weapon, what are you aiming for?
Probably just center mass.
All right, you are going to punch a whole center mass directly inside of this creature. There is going to be a sucking noise as your spiritual weapon explodes the chest cavity in front of it and behind, and emerges from the back as all of this necrotic energy begins to into the center of mass of this one. He's going to start going, I'll be back! And explodes into motes of grave light, and as he does so, both of the Deathlocks are going to turn and look at you and are going to collapse into heaps.
Gross.
Yuck.
Or
You will hear the sound of from a column over to the right where Beepo is bound and gagged at the base of the column. At another column, you will see that there is another young boy. There are also several other shapes. You realize as the water is flowing down around the back of the room, there are several shapes hanging beneath the water.
I'm gonna go let the kids free.
Tia's gonna take a look around, shift back down to humanoid form, and then just like sit down and like slap herself with a cure wounds.
Sounds good. So what did you say you're going to do, Malia?
Go let the kids free.
Okay.
Beepo and the other one.
How's Farah?
Farah
And go
is
check.
hurt, but
Awake.
not great. She's awake and not drowning anymore.
Zeno is right over top of her, so he was actually going to hit her with another cure wounds as well.
Heal yourself. You're dying.
A little bit, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I do that on a daily basis. It's okay.
That's stupid. Stop it.
Not good for your health.
Yeah, right. Now, Malia, as you rush over, as you said you're freeing Beepo.
Yeah.
He did it. You'll hear as you ungag him. And he'll raise a finger and point at Huey Potter, sitting at the column across, holding his legs up against his chest, tears streaming down his cheeks. He looks over at you with these dewy eyes. I didn't mean to.
Alright, what happened?
And with that, he begins to tell a sordid tale of the imaginary friend that used to visit him when he was a child, slowly becoming more and more real. I just wanted them to stop. I didn't mean for anyone to be hurt. Not like this.
Wait. Which one was the imaginary friend?
Mr. Boney.
One of the ones that we just...
He used to apparently be Headmaster Magus.
Okay. What do I know about that sort of thing? Like, why would it be haunting him in particular?
You can make me an Arcana roll.
Would he have to have, like, a focus or something in his possession, potentially? Or... Hey, nat 20. There's a nat 20 that needed all fight.
All right. So it just so happened that you were doing some research while you were trying to go to bed last night. And as you were...
I mean, the obvious thing to research.
Right? Bone Claws are wizards who try to become witch but fail. They become Bone Claws instead sometimes. This hideous cackling undead shares a few of the Lich's attributes. They're slaves to darkness, hatred, and pain. The most important part of the transformation occurs when the soul of the aspiring Lich migrates to a prepared phylactery. That's how you become a Lich. You put your soul inside of something so that you may never die. However, if the spellcaster is too physically and magically weak to compel the soul into its prison or something disrupts the ritual, the soul instead seeks a new master, a humanoid within a few miles who is unusually hate-filled or filled with pain.
So the baby from that got grabbed for the ritual.
The child who watched its parents die. Like the toddler who watched its parents die during the ritual. At which point, the soul bonds itself in its foul essence until... to the foul essence it finds in that person, the Bone Claw becomes forever enslaved to its new master's wishes and subconscious whims.
Can he be cleansed?
It always will reform, unless, let's see. They serve evil. If the master finds redemption or sincerely turns away from the path of evil, the Bone Claw is permanently destroyed.
Oh.
Okay, so kid.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy being this way? Like, do you not want to be happy in your life?
Ma'am, I've never...
The path of evil definitely doesn't generally get you happiness. It generally just gets you more misery and pain.
I've never been happy.
Well, what? Like, do you want to be at the school? Or would you rather go somewhere else and try to be happy somewhere else? Like, you have to work for it sometimes.
I just wish I could have been special like him.
I'm not special, Beepo says.
I think a lot of shit happens around him by accident.
Coincidence.
You are special. You have a magic evil monster attached to you.
Kind of a crummy kind of special.
Yeah. Do you want to get past that, though?
And as you say that, you are going to hear a lightning bolt strike behind you as the headmistress suddenly appears in a blast of light. What is going on here? What are you doing in the janitor's closet?
The janitor's closet?
Yes, that's where his mop bucket goes. Points to the ceremonial fountain.
Oh, God. That's why it smells swampy.
Yeah.
I think that you all have a bit of explaining to do.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah, so do you.
I'm gonna quietly take the kid aside while Tia is firmly distracting everybody and explain the way Lich works and what's happening.
Mars is just confused. It's like, and so do I.
All right, and I think on that note, and so do I think that we'll continue this next time. Here on the Shards of Nyrn. So hey guys, thank you very much for tuning in. That was a weird end. So we are going to pick up with your pep talk later because it's getting a bit late. So I will put that in my notes. Malia and HP. Okay, so that's where we're going to start next time if that's cool with everybody. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Did you guys have an okay time getting almost mulched by those guys?
Oh man.
Oh, that was great. Zeno
that-
is going to drop a 3rd level cure wounds on himself and take 29 point. No,
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
29.
I like for all that I didn't get to act for like 2 or so turns.
You still did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I just find it hilarious that you attacked Farah, and you complain and say that Malia should get hurt more. I'm like, but you don't attack her.
I will attack more. I will.
And then Tia, poor Tia in her shapeshifting glory, getting just boom beat down.
Yeah.
I'm still so mad that I wasn't able to bite that bone claw last time when I was in rat form.
No?
I would have done at least 1 damage and killed it.
Oh, that would have been
Like,
so good.
I'm so mad because you squished me instead, and so I had to shift back. And I was like, no.
And that was
Oh.
hilarious.
That was in the past, not relevant.
All right, guys. So we will see you next time. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Vampire the Masquerade, and then on Friday for the Reign of Emery's. And hey, don't forget the Dork X's this weekend. We love you very much, and we will see you shortly. Bye, everybody.